Hey everyone, welcome to episode 315 of the Synth Geekery show. It's so good to have you here. We're streaming live from Perth, Western Australia, one of the most remote cities in the world. And yes, it is bizarre how the internet actually does work here. I know, I thought the same thing. Anyway, just, strings and cans and all that sort of stuff. Daren knows all about strings and cans, so he'll tell you about it in a minute. Hey, today we are going to talk about what's been talked about all week. Yep. We're going to talk about the TR-1000, and why the hell not, because it is actually big news. We did kind of talk about it last week on our leak show, but now it's out, the cat's out of the bag, we've got to talk about it, and I'm sure you guys probably want to hear some of our opinions about what we think of this new TR, which is the transistor rhythm. That's what TR stands for, transistor rhythm machine, and it's their 1000 series. So yeah, we're going to get stuck into that. But also there's a couple of other products we're going to talk about as well that have come out during the week. It's probably been a good massive fortnight, I think. For our world, I think some of these things that have come out in the last couple of weeks have been huge. So stick around. We've got the regular segments you guys will enjoy, I'm sure. So let's say g'day to everybody that's on the show. We've got a full house. I've noticed a couple of people popped in before I even knew. So g'day everybody. Just so you guys know, lay of the land,
Troops are assembled.
We have got Daren to the right of me. And the far right, and it's nothing to do with politics. We're not going to go into politics, guys. Nothing to do with politics. Is Andy. Andy, stay off the politics. Yeah. Down below me, same with you, Ian. Down below is Ian, and in the middle, down the bottom, is Chris. And we've got the chatties in the bottom right-hand corner. Now, don't forget too, guys, there is probably enough space, there it is, for some people to join us on Zoom. I know there's going to be guys that probably want to join the discussion today, especially about the TR-1000, so please do join us on Zoom. I will post the link in the YouTube chat and whatever else I can manage to do when I'm doing a million things at the same time. But that's the link that you guys can type that. It's not hard. It's just bit.ly/Ranzee Zoom. It's actually pretty easy to type. So jump onto Zoom if you want to join us. And we don't bite, don't worry. And you don't have to have your camera if you're sitting in your knickers. That's fine. You don't have to have your camera turned on. We can just have your voice.
Naked from the bottom downwards.
Think of it like, Mr. Spong's pub. You can do it like that if you like. I really don't mind, honestly. It is completely fine. Now, a couple of little bit of housekeepings. We're going to get into the TR-1000 in a sec, guys, but we've got to get through housekeeping. Don't forget, this channel is actually not commercial at all. It's 100% user volunteered. These guys that are next to me here, they all volunteer their time. At least give them a subscribe on their channels. They're all linked in the description below. I'll actually start posting them on the YouTube chat in a minute. You guys can click on them and give them a subscribe. Make sure you thumbs up at least some of their last videos that they've done. Give them some love because they're giving their free time, just like I do, to be on this show and sharing their wisdom, which I absolutely cherish, and I thank them all very much for it. A couple of other things you guys can do, obviously, is hit the like button, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Even if you want to, it doesn't have to be financial, just do that. But if you want to, you can join the membership of this YouTube channel. We would absolutely love to have you on board as a member. And as you can see, the chatties in the chat room, there's a bunch of members already there. So, you know, it's absolutely cool to be part of that. And a big hello to all the chatties while we're at it too, but don't forget. Anyway, Patreon's there. Ranzee is the Patreon, so patreon.com/Ranzee. You guys can join that as well. Both are just as good. It does help keep the lights on. I do actually have quite a lot of expenses to keep the show going, so I much appreciate to all those people. We'll give them a thanks in a minute who do contribute financially to be keeping the show going. Now, I've been working all week for the last 8 days in a row, doing 9 hours a day with something else that I've been doing. So I do apologize if this show tonight seems a little disjointed. It's because I haven't had much of time to put a normal show together. However, we do have Synth Quiz, we do have the funny side, and we do have the news section ready to go. If I get a chance, I'll try and see if I can scrape together a couple of price watches, but as it stands as right now, I haven't even touched price watch yet. So see how good I am. I might be able to scrape it together while you guys are chatting to each other. Let's do how's your week been, and we're going to start off with who am I going to start off with? Who haven't I started off for a while with? Why don't we press this button and see what happens?
Uh-oh.
How's your week been, Andy?
Is this working?
It is.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to check earlier. I just, again, work on 1 hour sleep. But everything's typical. Just work, and not much time for anything else. I didn't do hardware jam lately. I didn't do anything really lately other than try to get some time to go through some of my travel footage. I shot so much video on the recent trip that I'm embarrassed not to have any stuff to post yet. I just haven't even had a chance to look at the footage or anything. So yeah, nothing too exciting for me, but always happy to be here. So.
All right. Well, we look forward to obviously seeing some stuff when you get a chance, but no dramas that you haven't done it yet. But you know, when you can, all good.
Yeah,
all good.
Just need the time, unfortunately. So.
Yeah, no, it's understandable, mate. Understandable. Just give me a second because I'm in the middle of pasting something. So we're going to stay on you until I can take my hand off the mouse.
No problem.
So yeah, just look pretty for a second. There we go, and we're going to go this button here. How's your week been, Ian? Oh, feeling a little bit poorly, mate.
I am.
Fortnite,
yes.
Fortnite.
Fortnite. I've come back from Machina Bistronica with man flu. Thank you very much, Machina Bistronica. So what have I been up to? Yes. So put out a podcast about Bandcamp. Is it the future? Which you can have a look at. What else have I been doing? A radio show came out on the 1st. We released an album by the Azimuth Tilt also on the 1st. Went to Kent's last Wednesday, which was a nice day out, really.
Saw that. Beautiful.
I bought some stuff, but we'll get to in a minute. I enjoyed Machina Bistronica, and I've done a video on it. So although I trashed it, I didn't trash it really last year. I was balanced. I keep saying I was balanced. I had a really good time this year, apart from getting man flu. It was a really good 2 days. I went both days. Went on the train. I got stuck on the Saturday going back. Actually, I got stuck at Westbury, which is 6 miles from Frome. But I had to get a taxi because they're literally going to be waiting an hour and a half for a train. That's British Rail. Get your act together. What else have I been doing? I've been listening to Taylor Swift's new album, but we won't go there. it's not as bad as the Guardian reckon it is. Right, new things. Okay.
Oh, hang on a minute. Wait.
Yeah. Well, all right. Go on.
Reverse the truck up.
Okay.
Reverse the truck up. Hang on a minute. Where's my little? Tell me about what was that? The Guardian? What was that?
Oh, yeah, the Guardian.
You let a little thing out just then, and we don't know what it means.
Yeah, so I've had a listen to Taylor Swift's new album, and I am a bit of a Swiftie. It's not her best work. The Guardian they made it the album of the week and gave it 2 stars. Okay. Now, I'll be honest, it's not her best work, but it's not a 2-star album by any stretch of the imagination. There's some good songs on there. Although I think the one about her husband or her fiance's penis is a little bit near the knuckle, but hey ho. But no, it's
wow.
Hers?
Yeah. It's called, believe it or not, it's called Wood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's some good songs on there actually. You know.
There's a 12th man joke there, Chris. You know the one.
Yeah. So yes. Anyway, can I get to new stuff?
Something about something popping out of a swimsuit. You know the one. Her swimsuit.
So when I was at Kent's, I got this. Can you see that?
Ooh. I can.
And
it's not AI. Trust me, it's real.
It's not AI. It's a Soma Cosmos. It's really good, and I want to pay you for it, Kent Spong. He wouldn't take any money on the day, so we need to sort something out. He's like that. He's, although it took him a while to find it. It was in a box somewhere. But
if you were patient enough to wait for it, Ian, that is reward enough for Kent.
Yeah. It was a really good day out. Although I'll be honest, I started sneezing on that day, and I thought it was the dogs because I'm allergic to dogs because there's 5 dogs. It wasn't. It was man flu. But so I hope I didn't infect anybody on Wednesday. At PSN last week, not yesterday. Like most of the people watching, I ordered that.
Awesome.
So it turned up. Mine seems to turn up later than everybody else's. Mine only turned up yesterday afternoon, so I've not had a chance to plug it in yet. But I'm really looking forward to playing with it. It's not MPE, so it won't really work with an instrument, but plug it to a keyboard. And watching Robbie's little demo last night, I'm very excited about it. Yeah, and they're all sold out now, so hopefully they'll come back with another batch, really. Yeah. So I was able to get in on that one for 300 quid. I think it's 316 UK delivered, which I thought was brilliant. We may end up having some import duties, but even if it's 60 quid worth of import duty, it's still worth it. So what else? Oh yeah, while I was at Machine Brastronica, I signed a band.
Ooh.
I signed the Gods of Modular, who I have described them as the new KLF. So they've never played a band together. They were 2 lovely blokes who live at the top of Scotland. They're not Scottish. One of them's a Lancastrian, but we won't hold that against him.
They into the Illuminati, are they?
Yeah, they may well be. But they were just lovely blokes. And I said, well, So, no, we had they are going to contact me when they've got some music together. And I'm quite happy to put it out for them because they were just decent blokes, So, yeah, no, my fortnight's been great, actually. It's been really good. Nothing much else to report, I don't think. I think that's everything. There were a couple of things I saw at I really liked the Plinky Plus, the bigger Plinky. So that's on my Christmas list. Wasn't impressed by the form. Didn't like the keyboard on it. I know it's MIDI keys, but I'm not so bothered about that. I actually didn't think the presets were good enough. So I want to hear better presets from that, really, or, when people get their hands on it. And the Redshift 6 had an MPE upgrade. So I purposely went back 3 times to try that. And I couldn't find the proper MPE patches. I've since seen Sonic State's video, and there are clearly a couple of patches, but I went through a load of patches. And all the patches that I tried, none of the MPE was mapped properly, which was a bit of a disappointment. So, but anyway, the synth itself sounds great. The Redshift 6 from Super Critic Criticals, is it? Supercriticals? I think so, anyway. Yeah, that was it. So,
Awesome.
nothing else.
We may pick your brains a bit more about the Bristronica.
Sure, yeah.
When we
happy
get to Saturday Sonority. Because I feel like there's more to unpack. Do you know what I mean?
Cool. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. All right. Heading over to Chris. Chris, how's your week been?
Not bad, mate, not bad. Busy in the studio shooting a launch video. So that's been basically, that's what I've been doing all week. And I even had a chance to, I had already made an arrangement to see my good friend Nigel, who's also a video editor and camera cinematographer, so to speak. And showed him some of my what I thought was pretty embarrassing footage, and going, I'm so bad at this, and he's going, you're being way too hard on yourself, mate. As long as you've got nice close-up images like that, and lens flare. He loves lens flare. So, yeah, the whole video's got lens flare in it, so, should make people who are into that very
Lenses
excited.
from the 70s.
Yeah. So that's that's going okay. I think I'm about 80% the way through editing the footage. So next week is going to be the module launch. Next Saturday.
Next week. All right.
Yes. If that works okay with you, Rants.
Yeah. I'm
cool.
Just sitting here like a patient little beetle.
So you don't have, the embargo will be released finally, and you can be free again to show the rest of your modular system or case or whatever it is that they're in. Yeah. So yeah, it's it's the big launch next week, and so
good.
That's it's good to finally get here. So yeah, apart from that, I might have done a little bit of work on Raspberry Pi, not Raspberry Pi. What is it? My old friend here. Is that? No, it's not coming up. That's lovely when it doesn't work, isn't it? It thinks it's coming up, but it isn't. Did I turn off my own? Oh, there it is. Oh, look. It got there eventually. Oh, God, and it's cut half off the screen. Awesome. LEDs on that thing I was showing you last week. I got the OLED LEDs working on it using SPI, which most people won't know what the hell I'm talking about. And that's okay, because I'm a nerd, and that's what I do. So, yeah.
SPI stands for
Serial Peripheral Interface. I don't know.
Right, it does.
Okay. You nerd, Chris, so we don't have to.
Yes. No,
and your little just remind people who weren't watching last week, the little thing that you were showing is your little
that's my
toolbox.
Little
your little toolbox.
It's a little sampling toolbox. So it's designed to be a drum sampler. So the idea was it'll eventually turn into a module that'll sit next to all my drum modules, and it'll sample them and trigger them and try to do all that in a kind of real-time process, so that it's sort of the way I write drum patterns would be designing sounds, and then I move on to the next sound, and then I move on to the next sound. And the idea is that the sampler will allow me to keep on capturing different sounds out of the few modules I have, so I end up with a large kit full of sounds, and that will be, that one particular performance or song piece of music. That's the plan. But mostly it's just, that one's just for fun and for experience, because I need to know how to program ARMs, I think, going forward into the future. So that's what I'm learning to do there. Okay. Is there anything else I need to mention? No. I just helping out here at home as usual. So just the normal stuff. Oh, and probably doing what most of us have been doing, which is watching endless videos about products, two particular products that have been released this week. So with great interest, although some more than others, but we'll get to that when we talk about the news.
Yeah,
over
indeed.
to you, Rance.
Cheers, mate. And not last and not least is Daren. How's your week been, mate?
I'm going to say a bit like Andy, except for I haven't got any footage of trips out to sort out. So other than that, yeah, pretty much not done much great deal. Just been working, and And that's about it, really. Next week, though, I won't be here because it's waves in the park. As long as the weather's not like it is now, because it's torrential rain and high winds there. So if it's like windy. That, probably. Yeah, well, it's torrential here as well. Here. So
yeah,
if it's like that, we probably won't be outside under a little bandstand with all the equipment. But if it's decent weather, there'll be quite a few there. I think Simon Greatbatch is in the chat. He'll be there as well. So yeah, so that's next week. I can't put a link up or anything because it's on my phone and I've not got my phone in here because it's on my Facebook. But if you're around, I'll try and find out where it is. But if you're around there, we'll be playing all day, basically, from about dinner time.
Saltaire, isn't it?
And there's a cafe.
Saltaire.
Yeah, Saltaire, that's it. Yeah. Saltaire, I can't get the name of the park. But there's a cafe there, so you can always pop in and get something to eat and drink. And there's a pub not far away as well, so people can listen to music, play cricket, and watch us avoid the rain if it does. But hopefully it won't be. But yeah, that's what I'm doing next week, so I won't be here next week. But what I've done this week is literally nothing. I've not been in the studio hardly at all. So yeah, so I'm a bit like Andy, not much to say on that, and I've got no video footage to put together, so I'm even less than Andy, I suppose.
Daren's in the comparison mode right now. You can all forgive him for that. Awesome. And the good news is, after guys were doing a How's Your Week Been, we have now got a Price Watch segment. Hooray!
Hey, well done.
So I managed to put that together at the last minute. I just have to refresh. There we go. Cool. All right, we are good to go. Let's get stuck into the segments, everybody. I know some people are dying to see this one. Some people aren't. Let's go. Oh, dearie me. Oh, dearie me. There is a Quizmaster this week. I'm not going to reveal to you who the Quizmaster is. Hey, wasn't that weird how my title was literally the same spot where the mic was? Anyway, I just noticed that. So we have 3 clues to give out in the Synth Quiz during the show at random points of the show. Yes, it's kind of spanned out over the course of the show. You guys will have to kind of watch. Unfortunately, stick around if that's a bad thing. Bad luck for you. Here it is. First quiz. Hi-fi out. There's the first clue for the quiz. Now, if you guys do want to put your answer in, you've worked it out already just from that first clue. You just have to highlight my name because that way I can see it in the chat better than the wall of text. And then put Synth Quiz and then your guess. Now, you can have as many guesses as you like, but the first guess is the official guess for bragging rights for the Synth Quiz. So, hope you guys enjoy the Synth Quiz this week. It's not done by me. It's done by somebody else. We do have a new Quizmaster this week, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. I do, because that way I didn't have to do shit this week.
Fair enough.
Speaking about not doing shit, let's do Funny Side. Oh, that's not Funny Side. There's Funny Side. Yes, indeed. Now, this week we have a theme with Funny Side. You guys will work it out just by looking at this one. Roland never listens to us. We want real analog. We want stereo sampling. We want song mode. We want lots of performance controls. And Roland's like, here, have the TR-1000. This costs too much.
Yeah.
She doth.
I mean, literally, that's exactly what happened on social media in the last week. I think that meme sums up. We can probably finish the show, I think. You know. All right, guys.
It's not the only part of the story.
If that guy, because that guy's bald, he doesn't look like me. But if he had hair, he'd look like me.
All right.
Okay.
What, angry? Oh, you mean the guy on the left?
No, I'm not. No, the guy on the left. Yeah, with the glasses. You see.
You're crying a lot.
Yeah,
You do a lot of crying, do you, Ian?
I do.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Ian, we'll have a chat about not dropping yourself in the poo later. Next is sorry, Chris, I'm going to have to take you off of this one.
Hi.
From 1995 to 2005, countless producers begged Roland to release a new TR-909. 2025, they listened. Introducing the TR-1000, released 1,000 years after everyone got sick of the 909.
Yeah.
It's a great meme, that one.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. Indeed, it was good. This one is Pick Me. I'm now cheaper than the competition. There's the Roland Analog Rhythm Mark III.
What a difference 2 weeks makes.
What a difference 2 weeks makes, indeed. What else we got? Mum, can we have a Roland TR-1000? No, there is Roland TR-1000 at home. At home. This is what's at home. I like these ones. You kind of it's kind of like a meme theme with these ones. If you don't know it, you don't know it, and it's kind of bad luck for you. Next is this one. Stop! He's already dead. There's the Tonewerk in the TR-1000.
Yeah.
Yes.
Simpsons.
Enough already.
Poor Electron. Next is Behringer is checking out the new Roland TR-1000 drum machine. They are indeed. And that meme came out earlier in the week. And then later in the week, this meme came out. The Behringer Rhythm Imitator. I love that. That is the best name.
Superb.
Yes,
That's
that is
brilliant.
the
Very
best
good.
name. Lack
Props
of
to
knobs.
that
Everyone will be seeing the lack of knobs there. Done a good job there with the AI, though, to be honest.
Yeah.
Too many sliders. It's got a slider missing. I've noticed that.
It's got a slider missing.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's two sliders
Oh,
missing.
yes.
Yeah.
Every
Three.
other slider is missing.
Because it's made by Behringer. Sliders are falling off already. All right, let's release the poll. The poll has been released. I don't know if it's working. Yeah, it's working. Cool. All right, so poll options are type in YouTube only, guys, unfortunately, ! vote, space, and the number that corresponds to your favorite meme. The 0 means you're after the Roland whinge. 1 is the Roland delay, like the 10 years delay, whatever it was. 2 is the analog rhythm. 3 is the octatrack. 4 is the Tonewerk. Lots of Electron seems to have slipped in there, doesn't it? 5 is Behringer's Spies. And 6 is Behringer Clone. Here we go. Here comes the votes. Wow, it's a hard one this week. Which one's going to get it? I feel like there's a front runner, guys. What do you think?
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, I feel like there's a
think
front
so.
runner. I feel like there's a close second though. And it'd be
I'd say one of them was going to be a Roland.
It's a good guess there, Darren.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
He's playing the averages there.
All the complaints about it remind me of the fact that people say they want new stuff, and then you put new stuff out, and they go, "Yeah, I don't like that new. No, don't make it that new. I want it to be more like the old."
Yeah.
I want it to be new but extremely familiar and instantly be able to understand it and use and exploit it. I don't ask for much.
Yeah. Well, there's been a lot of
Oh,
votes.
stop being cynical.
And you know what? There is a result that has definitely surprised me. Definitely. Because the front runner that I thought was a front runner is no longer a front runner. And we actually have a very, very close, but we have a winner. Are you ready? Here it is. The poll stopped. The winner is... Dum, 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 dum. The Tonewerk won it. With the Simpsons.
Yes.
What did Chris vote for? Where's Chris's vote?
I voted for the last one, the Behringer clone.
Yeah, you voted for that, Chris.
Did I? Oh, I don't
What,
don't
number
want to be a
4?
trendsetter or anything, but
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
They must have good taste.
Steve Smith voted for it. Thomas Yon voted for it. Droigan voted for it. I'm not going to name everyone, but there you give some
I
answers.
thought
there.
I'd get sewn up there.
Anyway, I thought the first meme would have won it because that just literally epitomised everybody during the week.
Yeah.
I can tell you that it was second. So the Roland Whinge was second, and the Behringer Clone was equal second.
Oh, I'll take that. That's all right.
Yeah.
I just thought I would win hands down. But hey ho. What do I know?
This is why we do the poll. Like, I've been doing these memes for 6 years, and this year I started doing the poll because I've been dying to do a poll, because I've always scratched my head about what people think is a good meme, because what I think, who cares what Ranz thinks, because obviously I don't know. There's proof right there. Yeah, exactly. And you guys are probably feeling the same. You're probably thinking, I didn't think that was very funny, but other people do, and that's the thing. So, and this is why we have a different opinion when it comes to the news segment, which is what we're going to do right now.
Well, people generally like to bash electronic.
They do. But we are going to talk about this.
Yeah.
Aren't we? Daren, you're going to pop on the top right-hand corner for us, aren't you? There you go. Daren's up there now. All right. Okay. You're not really blocking anything. Everyone knows what this thing looks like. We've got videos to show. You guys have watched all the videos anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know if it really matters if we show it or not, but I think we can probably show it to, I don't know, to get the gist of what we're talking about.
To remind us.
Remind us, maybe, yeah. But let's just talk about this briefly for a sec. So I think the big thing personally here is the fact that Roland had released a drum machine with analog circuitry. Real, not analog behavior, real analog circuitry. So those who have not worked this out, it actually really is an analog circuit for each drum part. And they've got a number of them for both the TR-808 and the TR-909. And they're claiming that it's a faithful recreation. Where possible, they've used as much componentry as they could get as close as possible. Obviously, these things were made many, many, many years ago, 40 years ago in some cases, right, for the 808.
So they found broken transistors to be authentic, right? So.
Well, that's the thing, Andy. I don't really know. Because they're not really letting that much out. And so there are some people who are in the know, and I guess they've got their information that they could have to keep close as cards to their chest.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's a couple of good videos out there which have done A and B comparisons. I think one of the better ones was the Alex Ball video, personally.
Yeah, people have said that. I agree.
Mainly because Alex had a lot of skin in the game when it came to actually this product coming to fruition. So I think a lot of people have said before, hats off to Alex. I feel maybe he had a lot to do with influencing Roland to actually get this.
Hard to beat him anyway. His videos are always the best. So.
Yeah. So good on you, Alex. I know sometimes he watches our show, so hats off to you, buddy. Now, the thing for me is we've all probably wanted to own a TR-8 if we've never had one. And if you look at the theory behind that idea is they're really expensive to own. They're hard to get. They're usually failing electronically in some cases if you do get one cheaper. Now you can actually get a real TR-808 and it's going to have a warranty and it's brand new. Okay, there might be some subtle tone differences that you'll hear, but you are comparing 40-year-old analog technology to today. And I think, this is finally where Roland is saying, it's enough, you guys copying our stuff. We want to put our own back out there again.
Yeah.
But the way they've done it, I think this is why I want to talk about this on the show today. I think it's ingenious because what they've done is they've made each of those channels like you can actually choose what you want, whether you want an 808, whether you want a 909, whether you want a digital PCM, whether you want an ACB. I think it's ingenious. And like the fact that you've got this electronics underneath that is switching between these different technologies, that is actually really, really good, like in almost elite level of engineering, in my opinion. It shows that these guys are really on top of their game. And I'm very excited about seeing if I can get my hands on one of these in the future, hopefully the near future, but money's the problem for me at the moment because $26.99 is the street MSRP price. Yeah. And when that comes to Australia, it's probably going to be about 10 grand. No, it's probably more like $4.5. It's a lot of money for a drum machine.
It's pre-ordering Store DJ for $4.5.
Yeah. So other than the analog side, which excites everybody, the other part I think should excite people is the editability that they've added now to this. which gives the analog side of it even more power than what it ever did have. And it also nods towards all of the mods and things that people have done and the recreations and the manipulations of circuitry and stuff over the years that Roland have gone, yeah, that's a good idea. We'll use that. And I think it's really cool. And then obviously the digital side of it is amazing too. So I'm going to shut up anyway, because I actually really am. I've been looking forward to the show all week because I actually want to hear you guys talk about this. And you guys tell me whatever it is that you want. It could be anything. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I absolutely love this, but I'm a massive fan of the TR-8S. And actually, when I was watching a couple of the videos, I realised that what I already know about, fundamentally about the TR-8S, they've just taken it and ran with it really. So I know how I know how to be able to program it from a very superficial level. But there's so much. I mean, I was talking to Robbie at Brastronica about it because he knew in advance because it spoke to Alex, and Alex had given him a bit of information. It's so deep that it will take you quite a while to really get to grips with this thing. But I absolutely love it. The price for me, the price is a problem. I just can't afford it, if I'm honest. But I absolutely love it. I just think it's absolutely brilliant.
That's good. That's good, Ian. I'd like to say one thing about the price too, because I did mention the price in Australia is like $4,500. I'm not actually. I don't have a problem with the price. I actually think the price.
No, I don't really. It's just I can't afford it.
Yeah, it's not
same. And I'll tell you why I don't have a problem with the price. Because if I was to try and get an 808, and then say I had a shopping list.
Market.
Say I wanted to get a TR-8S because I want to do sampling.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to get an original 808 analog and an original 909 analog.
909, yep.
And then I put those three together and added it up. I guarantee you this is cheaper by a long shot.
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
So that's to me is why. And then you've got all the other bells and whistles and features this thing's got. That's why this wins price-wise.
I think the other good thing that will happen is, I mean, if I lost my TR-8S, then I would be saving up for this. I wouldn't buy another TR-8S. I'd just buy this.
Yeah, you just get this.
I just get this. What might start to happen is that you might find, I know the TR-8S is discontinued now, but you might find them a bit cheaper because people will upgrade from that to this. So
watch this space and price watch.
I would think that the TR-8S is a good starting block to get, to get to this sort of really thing.
Also, the second-hand price market for 808s and 909s could take a hit.
Yeah.
At least the own company.
I mean, based on what I've seen about the TR-8S, which I've used live, this is going to be great to play live. Because the functionality that I already know, I can do, the things that you do on the fly. And it's got more of it, really. So, I
love
the layer. To some money.
The layer thing, it just really blew me away because I thought, okay, 10 channels, that's pretty cool. And then on top of that, you've actually got the 2 layers. So technically, it's 20 channels when you think about it in that sense. Technically,
a lot of sound sources.
Yeah, and then
a lot of simultaneous sounds.
The other thing too is that someone was talking about this on socials. I'm not going to mention who it was, but you could actually have an 808 kick with 10 different varieties, right, or 20 different varieties if you use the layers. And some of them would be analog, some of them would be ACB, some of them would be PCMs, right? And you could do that all the way across, and you could just have this TR-1000 just pumping out different 808 kicks. That's how sort of diverse this is. It's kind of like Roland have just gone, hey, we're just going to give you it all.
Yeah, it's up to 11.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Oh, well, I guess I'll go next.
Big box.
Is that all right? Have you finished, Ian?
Yeah, go for it.
At least for now.
No, I'm finished. Yeah.
It's a strange thing. I completely understand it on an intellectual level, but I've come to realise that I actually don't really crave the sound of an 808 and a 909. I know it's sacrilege, but yeah, it's an interesting one. I wasn't that shattered that it's $4,500 and I'll never be able to afford one. Which, I'm just being honest here. It doesn't excite me on the same levels I think it does for some other people, but I don't hate it. I really respect it. I love the fact that it's technically very well thought out, very powerful. They've made, as you said, Rants, they've made every single sound that they make available, and they've given you additional tweaking. Like the actual analog circuits also have at least one more tweakable parameter than the original had, which I guess is not hard when you consider that the original was made many, many, many years ago. But yeah, it's one of those things, and it's really enormous. It's the other thing, I guess I do always have a bit of a phobia against things that take up a lot of space. I mean, I've been trying to downsize since the 90s. But at the same token, I'm not really into the super small. So yeah, bit of a
downsize. What's that?
Yeah, I know. So I completely understand, and I completely respect. This is what I was thinking. I was thinking, if you need a Ferrari, you should get a Ferrari. But if you're like me and you just like to take your car down to the supermarket, just get a Honda Civic, because that's all you need. That's the only way I can kind of summarize it.
You get a Type R.
I know, but I completely understand how
I'm
people.
with Daren. Get a Type R.
I have to admit, I did lust after a Type R.
I mean, then you can take your teenage engineering products home in the front seat.
Yeah,
just about.
So, yeah, it's one of those cases where I'm kind of, I would never turn my nose up at people who want this and need it, if you know what I mean. I understand the concept of needing this, because it is really well, it is future-proofing. It's definitely been designed, as I said, this is going to last for at least 10 years before people are going to be starting to think about the next thing. I think there's going to be 10 years of trickle-down products from Roland. I really hope there are, because at least one of those I reckon I'm definitely going to be getting. I will just have to wait and see what happens. And cross my fingers. So yeah, some of the technology I'm really interested, but it just said the whole package and the fact that you're getting those original sound machines was never something that I craved, which is, I know it's weird, but yeah. So I won't talk anymore because people don't want to hear the negative side of it. It's not really negative.
No, I wouldn't.
It's kind of neutral.
I'll be honest, I just want to know what people think about the colour of it, because I don't love the colour of it.
Oh, I do.
Honest. I prefer the black.
For me, that's
with that.
I would have preferred black too.
It's the 90s MC colour.
Oh yeah, I know.
I love it.
They will do a black face plate.
Yeah, Daren and I have got our MCs. It'll sit beautifully next to the 303, won't it, Daren?
It will, yes, actually.
I reckon it's gonna look way better in person than it does.
I think you're probably right. Yeah,
definitely think, because I think when you
get
that cool aluminium front panel, once you get your hands on those cool aluminium front panels and you feel the texture, I'll say, okay, it's pretty nice, But it's not a color scheme I would crave, but it seems like a good color scheme from a comprehension point of view. So I'll definitely give it.
It is better than the colour scheme of the TR-909, isn't it? Let's face it. I mean, that sort of off
there's a charm to that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I never liked that. To be honest,
I kind of.
Yeah. There is now. I don't think there was when it came out.
The 808 was technically brown and black. With
yeah.
Yeah, I have used a TR-808 for a time, and I have used a TR-909 for a time, so it's not like I've never played them, and that's why I don't, crave the original machines. I did, and I kind of got over it.
It's almost 50 centimeters wide, so I've got a bit of gear here that kind of sits in the same realm as that. So it's not a form factor that's kind of unique. It's 40. If you want to get exact, it's 486 millimeters wide, 311 millimeters deep, 125 millimeters high, which is pretty high, pretty tight, pretty tall. But the weight is the thing. So in the US, it's 12 pounds, or Australia, it's 5.5 kilos. It's a pretty heavy beast, this thing. 5.5 kilos for a machine. Most of the weight, though, from what I've been told, is the chassis. Because it's a metal chassis, top and bottom.
Well, it's okay. You get a marble pillar to put it on.
Yeah.
Is it metal shaft pots and all that?
Deserves it.
I don't think I've looked that far in, Andy. Do you want to have a Google for me and see if you can find out? That'd be nice. I haven't actually looked that far. Roland usually put this is a flagship product, so I wouldn't be surprised if they've put their best quality running gear on this. Okay.
It's certainly charged enough to be proper, durable gear. So.
Well, when you look back, Daren and I were talking about the MC303. How old are those MC303s that we've got, Daren? They're so old. They're 90s, right? Late 90s. And they're still rocking it. I haven't had any problems with any.
They were built solid.
So Roland,
I put mine in the freezer.
Generally, he did. They generally last. Their gear if they've used the same engineering principles as they have over the last 40 years, their gear should last. This thing, I wouldn't be surprised if it's still around in 40 years' time.
I hope so. I mean, I have to say that by comparison, I know it's quite a bit cheaper, but the Korg 700 FS doesn't have metal prongs, and that was one of the main things. You paid 1,800 quid for a synth. I would like to take that on the road because those sliders are going to break off. Those knobs are going to break off. I'm hoping that with this, it will be metal spikes on the sliders and stuff.
Yeah. Have you guys have had a chance to have a listen to this, right? But I feel like Daren, you haven't had a comment on this yet. So before we go and have a listen, I want to get Daren's thoughts on this. He's been sitting there patiently.
Well, I'm glad that Chris said what he said, because I thought if I say anything else, everyone's going to start going mental. I'm like Chris, I think. On the one hand, I think it's great. It's just marvelous, and it's something at one time I really would have liked and wanted. I think it's just brilliant the way everything, the way the whole thing looks, and it's just great. But on the other hand, I'm so not bothered, and I'm not even bothered about being analog, because I've sort of gone off the analog. I'm not bothered about analog anymore. I like analog and everything, but I don't mind digital, or it's.
Me neither.
I don't know. It's hard to say. I sort of like it in one way, but on the other hand, it's just sort of like it just comes and goes. It's just coming and going. It's not even sparking any interest in me. I don't know if it's because I've moved on from those times and I'm just into doing things in a different way now, and just that's the way it is.
You've still got your TR-8, haven't you?
And it's great. I've still got the TR-8, yes.
Yeah. So that's probably doing it for you, right? That's probably doing enough for you.
Yeah. Well, that I live in the. I mean, analog 909, 808. It's been done to death. I'm not. I like them and I use them.
That's true.
Yeah. I'm just not. It doesn't spark any interest. Even though it's great for what it can do and all the other features it has on it, and the morphing and all that is absolutely great. And I commend Roland for doing this. And anyone who wants to buy it, thumbs up to you, because it's a great piece of kit. But for some reason, these days, now it's come out, I don't know. I'm just not interested in it. I'm not that worried about it. I want to do all things in different ways now. I don't need this.
Yeah.
But it's great. It's a great product.
Luke Pop said that what he'd like to see is a digital-only version of it, a cheaper version of it. And like you, Daren, I'm not that bothered about the analog element of it. I am past the. That's the only. The 700 is the only analog synth I have now.
Yeah.
So I'm not bothered either way.
Like I say, without analog, I have no issues with analog. I love analog, but I am not in that frame of mind where God, I need an analog product or whatever it is to put in my music. It doesn't matter. Everything becomes digital at the end of the day. So I'm not overly fussed about it being analog. And I suppose if it wasn't a digital only version, yeah, maybe. But I say
12 to 1,500 quid. Yeah.
It just doesn't hit me like everyone thinks it was gonna.
I like analog, but I'm probably more. If I was to say, okay, what part of analog do I like the most? I like analog effects. That's my favorite part of the analog circuitry, because I still feel that analog effects has a very distinct flavor compared to the digital replicas of those analog effects. I still feel like the analog ones truly do sound better. But I'm with you guys on the digital stuff. I feel like even Roland would have told you 5 years ago, we don't need to make an analog version of the 808 and 909. We've actually digitally recreated this thing so perfect that
the ACB is so close.
They're never going to go back there.
Yeah. And in a sense, I was actually I think we kind of had a big cry about it for a little while, and then we got over it, and the tissues dried up, and we were fine. And I think they were probably right. And my TR8 sitting over there is an amazing drum machine. I mean, Ian, you've got a TR8S. It's even better than the TR8. But I would say if you want an 808 and a 909 and a 707 and all those sounds, that TR8 of mine does it all. Does it fantastic a job of it. And you're going to get them really, really cheap now. You're going to get them for 250 quid, compared to this. What was this in British money? 1,800 or something?
It's 2,000. What, this? The 1,000?
Yeah.
2,000 and 2,300-ish.
Wow.
Something
okay.
like that. I can let me look it up exactly.
2,250, I think, is the price that I've seen. Yeah. Sorry, I was looking at it while I was asking you. So for me...
2,279.
A second-hand TR8 you can get for £250, a tenth of the price of this. I know it's not the same thing, guys. I understand. But if you are watching this and you're thinking, geez, I cannot afford this and the money... There's a lot of people spitting their Wheaties out because of the price. I don't personally agree with that. I think the price is perfect. But
I mean,
if you can't afford this, if you can't justify it, this is a flagship machine. This is not an entry level. This is not to get you into the game or anything like that. If you want to get the sounds, there's samples galore out there for a start, and you can get them for free. Or if you want a machine that does it, you can get a used TR8 on eBay or on Reverb for about £250, and that'll get you in the game. And you will not be disappointed with that machine. It's got the TR style sequencer in it. Daren's used it. I've used mine for years. It has never let me down, that machine. And the quality of it.
You can get a TR8S for $350 on eBay.
There you go.
So another 100 quid. You got the samples. I paid 500 for mine.
So save 100, no samples. Add 100, get samples. There you go.
Yeah,
brilliant. Yeah, I was gonna say between all the Roland stuff I have. Obviously don't have an 808 or 909 because then I'd be wealthy. But everything I have from them after those came out with the samples or ACB or some other variant of that, I have this stuff totally covered. I don't have everything in one single box. Even the TR8S doesn't have all this, obviously, or the TR8. But you can, like you said, you can combine things. You can, if you don't need it all in one box, you don't need all this, glitz and glamour and stuff like that. You can cover this easily with so many other ways. And I'll agree to a certain, like some people said, the sounds are a bit tired, right? It's been out a long time. They're technically overused to a certain extent, unless you really affect the crap out of them or whatever. And another hot take, even the 303 is kind of a tired sound. I know that's people get mad about that, but acid line stuff is everywhere. It's oversaturated, and I still like them, but they are tired to a certain extent. But people still love them and have various versions of them, and so there's nothing wrong with retreading this stuff. Looks like they did a good job. I haven't watched all the videos, but they did a good job on making this, it seems. And if it's faithful, then hey, why not? If you can afford it. So,
well, in Roland's eyes, at the end of the day, the biggest reason why they're doing something is because they feel that there's market demand for it, and they feel they're going to make a profit from it. That's generally the way Roland will play ball. I know it's probably not the nicest thing to say about a company, but they are a company out there to make money. That's That's their game, right? They're not going to make a product to make a loss, and that would be silly. So having said that, I kind of feel the product that really gave them confidence to make this, I think, was the JDXi. Because that sold very well for Roland. They actually made a decent amount of JDXi.
It sounds great too.
It's a good product. I know we're talking about a little mini synth here. The JDXA is the bigger one. They didn't actually do too well with the JDXA. They had some problems with the firmware and some configuration issues and stuff. But the XI is a pretty solid. I don't feel there's many problems with it at all, to be honest. It's a great little product. It had a little analog voice in there, and it integrated really, really well with digital effects, and you had the Supernatural engine. So there was kind of their little first testing ground, because you think about before the XI came out, what did Roland make that was analog? Really nothing for a long time, right? Synth-wise and drum machine-wise, nothing for a long, long, long time before that. So the XI was probably one of the first things that they brought out for a long time that had an analog in it. It was a big thing at the time. And I feel, like I said, that was a good proving ground to see if Roland could do it again and make a profit is probably what they're going to do with this. I mean, guys, if you're still bent on the price, I feel maybe in about 12 months' time they'll probably bring the price down a bit. That's usually what they do anyway with their stuff. But I don't expect it to come down a lot.
Well, it's still going to be a flagship.
Yep.
It has to be. So.
Yeah. Like if you look at their other products that are kind of high end, like the Phantom O's and stuff like that, they haven't, like when they first came out, they were higher than what they are now, but they haven't reduced them a lot. Generally what they will do is they'll bring out a different version of this as a cut down to try and capture a different market. Maybe they might bring out a smaller version of this with less analog channels in it because it's going to cost them less to produce. The analog circuitry is going to be a very big cost part of this, by the way. It is. It's just nothing you can get around it. It's like especially with the amount of analog circuitry this thing's got, it's actually huge. There's, I think there was something like 909 circuits in there. I can't remember the specs. You guys will probably be across it more than me.
Whoever's brave enough to open one of these up, I'm looking forward to seeing those pictures.
So by the way, I did my search came back as the only matching result was an AI search. I said it doesn't have metal shaft pots. So
okay. Okay, so Roland plastic, right? Let's talk about Roland plastic, Andy. You keep sort of talking about this stuff. I want to put it to bed. I have never ever had an issue with any Roland plastic on any of the Roland gear I've had over the years.
But if you're talking about road gear though, if you're really taking it out and gigging and people manhandling stuff and all that, it is a concern, especially when you spend that much money. So
yeah, I mean, Chris, engineer wise, there are some plastics out there that may actually be stronger than a metal shaft.
Oh, absolutely. A phenolic would be the obvious one, but they don't really use phenolic in this kind of technology. The thing you got to remember about plastic is that it has a certain amount of give. That can be a real advantage. You think of something like you've got a aluminium pot, so it's a metal pot, and you hit it with something on the way through or something. You can bend that now, and that would need replacing. There's no bending it back. You have to replace that pot.
I have a guitar pedal like that where the pot is totally bent and you can't really bend it back.
Yeah. Whereas if it was plastic, it would have flexed and then returned, and you'd be like a scuff mark, or it might have. That's true. It might have, but the actual cap may have come off. But then you got to replace the cap. But at least the pot's still okay. And importantly, it wouldn't have pulled itself out of the circuit board because it gave a little bit. So there are engineering advantages to plastics. But, we all know it's kind of like not the greatest feel in the world, having a bit of give in there. But, it remains to be seen. These are probably quite highly engineered plastic, I would think. But we will see.
I've never had an issue, like I said, I'll say it 1,000 times, with Roland's plastic. I think they've always chosen the high-end gear. It's Japanese engineering influence here. They might be made in China or whatever they make their stuff. I don't know if they do, actually, but...
that's a concern too. See, Halfgod also said the sockets are also PCB mounted, not chassis mounted. That's a problem too, right? You want to have that sturdiness, because even the mini log has chassis mounted stuff, and it's hard as rock, right? That stuff is brutal, just really strong stuff. Chassis mount's a big deal.
It
Okay.
depends on how it's done. So you can chassis mount, you can have a PCB, because what we're really talking about is a PCB mounted plastic housing, but it's usually got metal supports.
Yeah, there's the ring or the retainer. You screw it down and it gets clamped on there.
Yeah, it gets clamped on there. If that's the way that's mounted to the back panel, and this will be, of course, sheet metal back panel probably, the way the circuit board is floated, it's called floating. When you float a circuit board, it means that it doesn't matter how much beating you give to it, the whole board just flexes around, and the connections to the rest of the modules on wires, so there's no mechanical problem there, or there's no wear, or it's very, very hard to break.
Yeah, because your control board is separate to your other circuitry boards
yeah,
usually.
Exactly.
I guess I'm thinking of the used market, because I bought most of my stuff is used, and thank goodness they were sturdy, because otherwise,
Yeah.
But of course, we have to acknowledge that sometimes designers don't do that, because sometimes they're on the main board because you want one single PCB board to make it manufacturable and cheap. So that's why there's an association sometimes with, plastic non-chassis mounted connectors on professional equipment as being seen as a negative. I completely understand. It's because the products they were associated with had other compromises that went along with it.
The other thing, Chris, too, is you might this with the mechanical engineering side of things. So mechanical decisions made with products like this, the pots and the sliders, the actual plastic on them, they actually have like a suspension system in the base where they attach to the circuitry, and because it's plastic, that whole suspension system will give, and it actually gives. Sorry, I shouldn't be using the word gives as a separate word, but it provides, right?
Yeah.
It provides a flexibility to the user. So when you think about someone who's using this thing daily, like, you get the DJ hot knob type guy, or you've got me who's gentle, or you've got other people who like slide things with their hands underneath, and there's all these different user type people out there. With the plastic, it's got that flexibility in it. It'll have a suspension system mounted onto a separate controller PCB. It's probably been all thought about. So there's decisions why they've made it. Technically, you could probably argue that might be cheaper, but I don't know. I've looked at some of these really high-end quality nylon plastic that they've used in some of this stuff, and it actually is more expensive to buy as a component than it is a metal shaft.
Well, for example, too, the first time I tried a Buchla 200E was at NAMM 2009, and I was shocked when I grabbed some pots how wiggly they were.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, there's some kind of give, there's some kind of little suspension in there, and everyone knows those aren't cheap, right? Those premium devices, and they have these wiggly pots, so you just have to get used to it.
Yeah. You could be right, though. This could just, they may have put really cheap pots in here. No, I don't know, by the way. And this thing could break after 6 months, and then Roland would have a massive, huge issue on their hand, right? I don't think they're going to do that, but that's, that could be a possibility.
I mean, big companies have done worse QA, so
It is true. I mean, sometimes there's been flops, market flops.
Yeah, and real boo boos and stuff. Yeah, mistakes do get made. So
yeah. Anyway, so. What else can we add to this? I think the I/O on the back was actually very refreshing. I mean, it's a lot of drum machines that you get out there in the market has a lot of I/O. This has a very, very good amount of I/O on it. Even with the CV connectivity, I thought Roland were thinking back and ahead with this. So they had
DIN sync
configurable MIDI ports. I thought was very clever. Very clever. Cool. Yeah. They had CV control, and the CV control, they were actually showing it in a demo in the video. I actually probably have it here actually somewhere, where they had the System 500 modules connected up to this thing. There it is there.
Yeah, there it is, yeah.
So there's the System 500.
It's using an LFO to change the parameters or something.
We can get this thing to play. You can see it in that photo anyway. The System 500 is just in front of the TR-1000, and he's using an LFO, which is varying the rate, which will then trigger the drum machine at that varying rate, which is actually really interesting. It actually says it in the little text there, voltage section using a trigger. So I like that, and also he's got, you notice in the video too, he's got the SH101, the old one, right? So that also had CV controls on it as well. So I hate YouTube when it does that. Don't you? You know, if you move the slider just a little bit and it does that stupid thing. Just why can't, that's definitely a glitch in YouTube. It happens to everybody.
Definitely. Yeah, happens to me.
If I do that, it goes away now. You watch, and I'll come back.
Yeah.
And I want to get to that spot where that.
It's just one of the many bugs.
It's not going to let me. It's not there. It is there. If I want to go there and I let go, press play. There you go. That's the shot I wanted there. So that's how you can see him using the System 500 modules with triggering into that. Now, for a lot of people, they'll be like, "This is freaking cool." Now, I've got a massive, flagship drum machine that can integrate with my modular. It can integrate with my old gear. It does MIDI.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Does it do sync as well?
Does sync? Yeah, because it's got the DIN sync as well, right?
So they basically built in the Roland sync box into this,
Pretty much. The DIN sync is is pretty similar to the Korg sync. It's pretty much the same.
No, but I mean, I have the Ira sync box. It has the MIDI,
I know,
CV,
the SPX,
and sync.
Yeah, the SPX one.
Yeah.
Know that one well, don't I, Chris? Okay.
Yes.
So, I mean, for me, I've got System 500 coming out the Gazuba sitting right here. So, it doesn't have to be System 500, by the way. But Roland didn't even make these modules. They were made by Maleko. They oversaw the engineering of them. They were actually manufactured by Maleko, those eurorack modules. So yeah, right. Well, anything else you guys want to add to this? Like, is there things on this that you thought, "Ooh, that's actually cool"? Anything that you thought was really cool?
I thought 60 minute sample.
Stretching.
Okay, who was first?
Sorry, go Chris. Chris, go. Yeah.
I was going to say the advanced time stretch algorithm seemed pretty good.
Yep.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Actually, I'm thinking of something else. Oh dear. I've got my products mixed up. The time stretch algorithm on this was cool to have it. We'll talk about better time stretching in the next article.
Okay.
Sorry, I jumped the gun.
worries. I see what you're saying. Yeah, you're getting confused.
Yeah. Sorry.
I was just going to say that I thought that the 60-minute sample was pretty impressive. You can almost do a whole EMOM.
And
with one sample.
Were you guys a bit confused with that? Like, so the way I understand it is the samples are mono, or the channels are mono, right? So I should digress. The channels are mono, but they can be panned. But so that means if you're going to have a 16-minute, say you had some drone sample thing on there that was 16 minutes long, it's not going to be stereo. It's going to be mono, right? Even if the sample itself is stereo, it'll still come out mono. Do I have that right, or have I got that misunderstood?
That's what I thought. That's what I thought it was.
Okay.
Now, whether it's an 8-minute stereo,
split mode,
even so,
split your left and right channel out to outputs, maybe.
Well, that would probably what you'd have to do, wouldn't you? You'd have to splice your sample across two channels, and then pan one left, pan one right.
Does it have weird limitations like the old SP404 had, where if you edit the sample in any way, you still lose some polyphony out of it?
Polyphony?
There's some resampling thing that you could do, but then it would actually screw up your polyphony and stuff. So how many
this thing doesn't really have
triggers.
This thing doesn't have like chromatic
There's no chromatic function at all.
Yeah,
I haven't seen all the videos.
Okay,
No.
so there is.
It has a workaround.
There is a pitch,
like the TR-1000.
Yeah, there is a pitch
Very
part
much.
of it, and then there's also, they explain it on the video. There's some other type of tuning feature on it. So if you do pick a device that is pitched based, you can then chromatically address it with MIDI, for example, right? So you can have a different note. But polyphony, no, because the channels are technically mono, right? And I don't really understand if that would actually, what you're saying with the 404. I don't think it kind of applies in that sense. I think it would just, play the sample right on that pitch that you've addressed. So I don't think it plays chords, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Anyone can tell me if I'm wrong there, but I don't think it does play chords.
I think the architecture of the machine is very much. It's very old-fashioned in a way because, as I said, I think there's an analog signal chain that's been kind of adhered to. So you got the digital right at the start, and then you got the analog sounds. But I think it's going through a analog signal chain from to the main outputs and then or back into the main mix, as opposed to a all digital box which would be doing it all digitally, which means you could have polyphony and panning and all that kind of stuff. But I think the difference here is that they really have committed to the analog signal path. I haven't watched Alex's video, so maybe he alludes to that aspect of it.
Yeah, guys
Depends,
in chat.
I guess it depends on
Andy's not
where
talking.
it comes together.
And he's not talking about samples coming in as a chord. He's talking about being able to chromatically play chords with a sample.
Like you do on the EMU stuff, right?
Yeah.
You can actually use it chromatically or...
This is not one of those boxes. As far as I'm aware, this is purely a like a tone-based drum machine that you can pitch the samples, but it would be a monophonic affair as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
And the pitching of the samples, Andy, in my understanding of the videos, like we're by the way, we're all just new to this, so we could be wrong. But
Sure.
my understanding is that the pitching is to make use of what Chris talked about before with the time stretching algorithm. That's kind of where that comes in.
Yeah, in the demo, he was definitely, changing the pitch of an individual drum in a sliced loop, for example, as an example of.
Yeah, and the loop hop video goes into it. Yeah, the loop hop video goes into it probably in the most detail with that. But Alex's video does show that, and I think even this Roland video here shows it as well. Under the sampling section here. Quite a good little intro video. I like how it's 12 minutes long. It gets to the point. He shows all the basic stuff, and you can just go straight to the bit where you want to kind of work out what you want to talk about. But the little sampling section there doesn't cover half of what it can do. So there are other videos that Roland have put out, and of course there's Loop Hops and Alex's, and there's probably a few others. Is it the Sweetwater one, or am I thinking of someone else? There's another video out with one of the big
one as well.
Sonic State. Might have been Nick's video that showed
Haven't seen Nick's
sampling a little bit more depth. But anyway, whatever it was. I kind of felt like Nick's video was done a long time ago though. I got the impression.
Yeah, it did have a bit of a it did seem to, because usually up to date videos they usually reference something that people have been saying on socials. You kind of know that it's up to date, and you can kind of they didn't mention anything about that. That doesn't feel like it was recently made.
Yeah, but that's just the impression I got anyway. Doesn't mean it's true. Right. Well, Daren, should we move on, Sir Daren? Do you think we've done this to bed?
I think you've covered this. I don't think there's much more to say about it. If you can afford it and this is what you're looking for, go get one. If it's not, then
we will not think less of it.
Then don't. Like me and Chris probably won't be buying one. And might be saving up for one.
And if someone offered me a recording contract and gave me a nice big studio and said, "There you go, this is the drum machine. Got you happy with it?" I'd be like, "Yes."
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'd love it.
I'm happy to play with that all day.
We're all happy with free. Roland, if you're watching, happy to do a review. Send one over. It's not ever going to happen. It's not ever going to happen. Anyway, we shall move on. Now, last week, okay, we talked last week about this stuff as leaks. This week, we're talking about these things as actual release products. It's interesting, isn't it? Now, I did have a bit of behind the scenes knowledge about the Roland one being real, so I was kind of pretty safe in that sense that I knew it was going to come out. But this one, when I showed the stuff last week, I actually didn't know if it was AI, if it was fake. I was really just in the dark. I was just kind of putting a few things together thinking, okay, we've seen a picture of a box, and the box had different weights and measurements on it than the other Akai MPCs. And I was just kind of doing a bit of, that intelligence gathering and thinking, okay, we're pretty safe to show this on the stream. And then we had the FCC thing, and that wasn't fake, that was real because it was coming off their website. So I kind of felt like we were pretty safe to show it, but I still had like, oh God, am I going to get punked like I have been before in the past? But luckily we haven't been punked, guys. The Akai MPC Live III is real. It's out. It's now absolutely true. And thank God it is, because I feel a lot better about it. But here's a full screen, much clearer looking graphic that we had than last week. That's for sure. And it's in color. And by goodness, isn't this thing incredible? When you think about it, is this different to the MPC that I've got? Absolutely, by a long shot. And it's really, okay, so what's different about it is off the cab, off the rank, is it's more expressive straight away. There's two right in your face reasons staring right at you there. One is you've got a quad positional pad. Now you've got sort of like four corners that can actually be, you can actually slide your finger across these pads.
It's like a Cuneo.
Yeah, it's like you've got these little chaos
Touch
pads times 16 on here. That's what you've got, little XYs. And then you've got the slider on the left, which has got multiple uses. So that slider on the left has got multiple uses. Yeah, touch strip. So if you combine those two things together, Akai have got a lot of future coolness to pack into this thing. And at the moment, it's already got some cool things that it can do. Like, for example, with those pads, you can have 4 different samples being triggered from one pad. You can have different effects coming as a result. You can actually map different sort of macros to it. It's pretty cool. And then obviously there's a whole bunch of new buttons across the top. And the thing that I love, and then finally, hallelujah, as they say in the classics, is it's got proper step sequencing buttons on it across the top. So now we can actually go, right, we can see the steps light up across the buttons, and we can turn these little steps on and off, and visually we can see it without having to just use the screen. And that's going to be big for people like myself who likes to operate in step sequencing land, and I do. And it doesn't mean it can't do the other stuff that's always been able to do, because it can, and that's really cool. Now, Daren, I've just appeared you, because this is actually big for you and me, because we're Akai Force owners. The big thing that the Live 3 has is it's stolen the clip launching grid
clip launcher
from the Akai Force, and it's gone a little bit further with it too. So the MPC Live now, the 3, or any 3 firmware will actually have this now. It's been confirmed, by the way. There's a 3.6 firmware update available for the betas. If you guys want to download it now, you actually get the clip launching feature now on it. Now, Daren, the clip launching feature has the same thing that the Force has got. Obviously, it's got the follow-on actions like Ableton has, so that's pretty cool. But one thing I noticed with this, and obviously it's going to be something that we have to test in reality, because what they show on videos may not necessarily be the truth. Because this thing's got a quad core, is it? Did I say quad core, or did I say 8 core? I think it's 8 core, sorry. Processor, 8 core processor. 8 core. And it's got a lot more memory. The problems that you were having with your Force, this is not going to have. With the glitching, with the...
Exactly.
yeah. And I felt that that's probably where the problems were. It was probably just not powerful enough from the CPU side of things and the memory side of things.
Might get a whole new set of problems.
Where? But anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Price is out now for this. It's really cheap. Seriously. This is an absolute steal. $16.99.
$16.99.
Yeah. What did they say Sweetwater was? Akai MPC Live III price.
27.
Sweetwater, here we go.
And that will probably drop a little bit as well.
Yeah, $16.99. I thought I had that correct. So Sweetwater's, this is US. Sweetwater's offering it for $16.99. I think they've sold out now. They did actually have some stock. And I believe that I've been following the MPC forums on Facebook. There's a couple of guys who I know have got one already over in the US, and they're really happy with them.
I know the MPC one had CV gate. Does this have CV gate on it?
This has got the dual CV gate, so it's got 4 ports in the back, but they're TRS. Yeah, so you can actually run 2 out of each port, 2 CV gates out of each port. The only thing that kind of worries me about this is the cheese grater on the front, which is the speaker. And is all of my skin flakes going to go inside there and populate this because I'm resting my arms or my wrists or whatever on there?
Hopefully there's some foam underneath the grill.
Yeah, that's the only thing that kind of worries me about this
carbon filter. Active carbon filter.
You know, it was kind of freaking me out a little bit, like giving me the heebie-jeebies, the icks, as they say. The young kids say the icks. Because I could just see because if you look at my MPC Live, the buttons and the actual chassis finishes where that speaker starts. So mine actually literally finishes there, and this thing is actually deeper, right? Like deeper that way.
Yeah. They should have made it the same and have that speaker clip on magnetically or some other way.
Detachable, yeah.
So you can just that bottom bit, just take that away if you don't need it.
Is it 2 small stereo speakers or 1 big speaker?
It's stereo in there. Yeah. Okay. And they're really nice speakers too, Andy. So the grill goes around the front. So it's not just on top, it actually wraps around and goes onto the front.
Right.
So
okay.
Some really nice photos actually. I'll show you guys later in a sec. Obviously that thing in the middle is a mic because it's got a little mic symbol above it. Now the mic, there was a video of a guy and he literally just clapped into the mic like that. And then he started like sampling in the clap, and it sounded just like a friggin' drum machine clap that you'd hear everywhere. And I thought it was actually really good. The mic, the quality of it was really good. So that side of it was interesting. People were singing in it. There's videos of guys, girls singing in it too, like doing actually acapellas and stuff like that in it, and doing some interesting things. Now, the other thing that's really big on this, because the CPU and the RAM has improved dramatically, is this actually now does time stretching on samples. So Daren, we finally get it on our Akai products. We get warping.
And it sounds pretty good.
That's why Akai were very quiet with me, because I used to say to them, "Hey guys, when's it happening? What's happening? Are you going to bring it out in the firmware? Are you?" Like a little annoying little rabbit that I am. And they were just like, just being quiet.
Damn annoying Australian.
Because they were bringing this out, that's why. And it was always going to have it.
And I had about their old rack samplers, that was a standard, right, at some point. And why would they took so long to put it in this stuff? I don't know.
Well, the thing that, Andy, it's a
different algorithm.
The feel
nice.
For me is this is version 3 hardware firmware, right? We're talking about MPC 3 onwards. There'll be a point where the MPC Live 1 and the MPC Live 2 will start to become not able to do all the things that this can do because of that hardware difference.
Right.
So it probably, though things like the warping, time stretching, maybe it might let you do it. I'm not sure, but maybe it might just not be available in your.
It'd be like Emacs 2, where it takes like 45 minutes to do a complex process. So.
Well, do you remember when Well, that's it. Do you remember when I was doing the stems on here?
Yeah.
And it took nearly half the show for the stems to finish on the actual hardware.
Yeah.
Well, the stem things were done on one of the videos I watched, and it was really quick. So that's, that improvement with the CPU has done a lot for this, for sure. But guys, what do you think about just with the expressivity alone? Do you guys feel
that is cool? Yeah, I think that's you can see where they've now. This is going to be the main product. Obviously, they're not going to do a force. This is where they're bringing everything into the force, because we always said, didn't we, quite a while back, that they're going to probably sort of try and combine them both into one sort of hardware instrument, but leaning down more of the MPC route on look. And obviously, this is sort of confirmed that. Well, it has to me. It's confirmed that that's the way they're going to go with a single product, combining the force and MPC, but then obviously giving it a bit of steroids and making it how we sort of more wanted it to be, and adding the expressivity as well of it with the pads, which is really nice, where you can have a different sample on each of the little corners of the pads, as well as morphing between them as well, which is very cool and very. See, now this spikes my interest, and it's £1,000 cheaper than the Roland.
The problem with the Force, though, is there's all unfulfilled promises. A lot of people jump ship on the Force early. So if they had the big customer base they were going to start with, they probably would have enough, user base to do another Force. But they pissed a lot of people off and made them take off. So,
well, I heard
some of the guys in
I had a rumor, right? The rumor is, and this could be complete BS. So I have got no official word or anything from Akai. The rumor is they have to bring out a new X, which is their sort of studio version of the MPC. I've heard that the X is going to replace the Force. They're going to have an X2, which is going to be a combination of a Force and an MPC in one.
So you get 64 pads, you think?
I think that's what it will be. I think it'll be a behemoth. Nice. Yeah. And I think a lot of people.
Yeah, it won't be a mobile then.
No, it won't be mobile. I mean, the Force really isn't mobile either.
The Force is barely mobile. I've used it mobile, but it's not good at it.
Yeah.
This
Darren
thing
does
is
all right with his Force. I mean,
I've actually had my Force on a park bench, and it worked okay. So
yeah, they were saying that the pads might have something to do with Roger Lynn and the instruments, but a bigger version. If that's true, then those pads will be very, very expressive.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible that they are going to bring another Force out, but the rumor I've heard is that it's going to be a merge with the X. So they're going to probably either discontinue the X.
I can't. Yeah, I think, like say, Ranzee, they're not going to source too many products. You're going to get like the MPC 3, which is going to be live jamming like it always has been, and like you say, Edge Studio incarnation of. Well, obviously, like you said, the X and the Force. Then I can see that happening. I can't see him having and bringing a Force as well out. I can't see that. I think they've like Andy said, they didn't have the customer base. They've been that off, and they're going to have.
They would have, but they lost
a big desktop.
Yeah,
big
studio one.
It was probably would have been great, but yeah, big studio one, and then obviously the MPCs for people playing live, like we've always have done, and obviously using this. Yeah, because I mean, you've still got the same battery operated on it, and you can still put SSD in the back of this thing as well. So they've kept all that.
Everything's there. SD cards there, SSD underneath through the little panel. Also, the internal drive on it, Daren, is an M.2 drive. So they've upgraded that, which is awesome.
What's the estimated battery life?
I think it was 8 hours still. Which is impressive because it's a faster processor and more RAM.
I was going to say the amount it's got to do as well. Just lighting up the screen for 8 hours would be good enough.
Yeah. The screen. Some people whinged to me about the screen on the MPC Lives, and they thought that they were slow and sluggish. I've never experienced the screens to be slow. I don't think.
I suppose if you comparing it to an iPad or something, you probably would think that. But as a natural instrument I didn't find it particularly slow. But if you sit here with an iPad playing your iPad and then go to the Force screen, you'd go, it's slow. But that's when you compare
the old Galaxy tabs to the iPad. Before Samsung got their stuff together, the old Galaxy tabs were really sluggish. So
yeah, maybe. I'm probably not over it like that. So
It wasn't a hindrance. Let's put it that way. I don't think
my
like,
iPad's old though, so yeah, I don't have the latest iPad. 3-hour battery life,
still blazing
says
fast.
Bicky.
Yeah.
I thought they said 8 in one of the videos. Pretty sure they said 8. If they're saying 3 on their website, we'll go with 3. Bicky's all over it. Someone's saying 4 hours. Okay, we've got numbers are all flying left, right, and center. To be honest, I don't think any of those numbers are going to be true numbers, because I feel like the more you punish this thing, the less battery you're going to have on it.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't ever
anyway.
use my battery on mine. I always keep it plugged in. So, yeah. There's a few sort of power saving features on the Live that I don't like when you've got it running on the battery. Like the screen dims very quickly, and it kind of annoys me. You have to keep tapping the screen. Like,
Yeah.
Come back on, you bastard.
There's no override for that?
There's no override for it, no. I wish there was.
Wow.
Yeah. They should put that in.
Even when it's plugged in, I think you can change it if it's plugged in, can't you?
If it's plugged in, I think it
sure
does.
you can.
I think it goes dim if it's plugged in as well, because they're trying to preserve the screen.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, the Force does. Yeah, it's like I just get up to make a tea, come back, and it's gone dim. I'm like, oh
Yep.
God.
Yeah. But having said that, Darren, our Force is still definitely a usable machine. There's a recent firmware upgrade on that made it.
Force is still strong with you?
I'll be
Is that
using
your
my
machine?
Force next week in the open. So it'll be all Force done next week. So
Yeah.
I still like to use it.
Now, for those who haven't seen, do you want me to play this little video here? It only goes for a minute, and you guys can have a look at the way he's using these pads. So we'll get it back to about here, and then I'll just pop Darren out of the way. Here we go.
city's gone blue, but all I think of is you. And I wanna talk, but I don't know if you do. So this is something I'm thinking of you. I'm thinking of you.
Expressive activity out of the gazubas. You'd have to
So
agree
you can
with that.
see that now with the way the pads can be played. There's your 64 pads right there.
There's your 64 pads right there. But not only that, there's your XY as well.
Yeah, XY as well, depending on how you set it. Yeah.
It's so cool. And then he only showed it once, but then he was using the touch strip. And that touch strip has got stuff on it already, but I feel they're gonna keep developing more and more features with that touch strip. What do you think?
I don't think those are instrument pads.
Right.
I don't think that's got anything.
But
to
does
do.
it matter?
I think.
Does it matter?
No, absolutely not. I think. I mean, having seen those pads there, that looks really quite exciting, actually. And I'm not the demographic for this, obviously, but I'd like to have a go on one. Does it do MPE? Do we know?
I don't know, but the guy that I know that bought one, he's saying to me that because he's got an MPC Live II, and he's gone and bought this, and he's saying to me these pads are the best pads he's ever touched on any device ever. And I'm like, oh, okay, you know. And then he's like, no, you've got to try it. You will be blown away how good these things are. So
I love that. The fact is, what they were showing us there. That's great. I mean, I wasn't so good on the track, but that's irrelevant. But I could, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
If you ask me, I kind of feel like Akai when they were bringing the 3 out, Daren, you probably would be on this. What could they possibly do to an MPC to make it better? And and you'd probably think, okay, well they've already brought the firmware out. The firmware's already, you can do it in beta now on the MPC Lives now, and the firmware was amazing. You guys have seen, I've shown it to you a little bit. But when they brought this out and I saw those quad positional pads of the XI on it, the step sequencer up the top, and I guess people will dig the mic and the speaker, not me, but people will dig that because I know there's people that like that stuff. I feel like this really is a true version 3. It's not just a hardware refresh with a new CPU. They've actually really given some extra.
Hi-Fi
bells and whistles.
1965 has got one. He says the pads are spectacular.
There you go.
So yeah,
Good to know.
good, absolutely good to know.
You see, this now, I mean, see, now
Yeah.
this would make me move into the MPC, you see.
Yeah.
It's a very
Even though
there's
I've
a lot
just
of good
gone
features in it.
computer-based. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys know
But-
you're not going to get a bad name for MPC from me. You know, I'm an MPC guy. I've been using MPC for many, many years. It's been the brains of a lot of the hardware stuff that I do. And if you go all the way back to the album that I released called Link, the Link album that I released, which was a long time ago now, like 2019, I think it was. That's MPC all over, that album. So that was kind of...
The Link album is actually around the world because it's on islands, desert islands, you name it.
It's floating
it's
somewhere.
everywhere.
Yeah.
It's floating. It's floating around the world still.
Yeah. Who knows what's happened to that?
This new MPC is definitely a big
CD,
step
yeah.
above the MPC 500 that I have.
But you ended up getting one, Daren, didn't you? Did you end up getting one?
What, the Link?
The Link album. I ended up getting a second one, didn't I?
Yes. Oh, it's here somewhere. It's on one of these.
Yeah, so you did. Good.
It's
Had me worried for a minute
in the
then.
CD rack.
I had to send him two. One didn't make it,
Yeah.
and one made it. But
One
don't
went off
forget,
to some island somewhere, so they're all still playing it.
it's happened twice to me. I had to send some stuff to Ian, and Ian never got it as well.
He never turned up. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, somebody
Now, all I'm going to
stole
say
it.
about the MPC.
Somebody's stealing stuff out of my...
Anything I was going to say about the MPC 3 is I'd like the little touch scribe screens on it. I know they can't fit it on, but hold out before you say anything. And little tiny buttons for the for the scene selector down the side rather than actually touching the touch screen. And before you say that's a lot to ask, because I think it's a good thing because it means I like it. It means there's a few little things I'd like to change, but they're getting there. Maybe move the speaker, but that's there. I can cope with that. I'd rather have
The cheese grater.
buttons at the top on the bottom. Yeah, I'd rather have the buttons on the bottom. But it means it's good because there's a few little things that I still want, but I actually like it. And like I say, I'd buy this over the Roland because I'd have £1,000 to do something else with.
I am going to have to try and play one of these at some point. I think.
Well, if you know a bit about Roger Lynn's stuff, Ian, and I know you like your instrument, you will be completely fine with this because it's his.
I'm sure, yeah.
It's his kind of workflow from day one that MPC stole anyway. With his permission, I guess.
Interestingly enough, when I played the instrument that was at Machina Brastronica last weekend, it had the new membrane. They've done a new membrane, and I actually didn't like it. It was much slippier. The good thing is that if you're visually impaired, all of the C's have got a little dimple, which obviously I don't need. But it just felt wrong, really, which I was quite. So because I toyed with the idea of do I replace my membrane because it works fine, you know. So I'm not going to go down that route, but I definitely need to play with this. So
I mean, for the dollars, it makes a lot of sense for a lot of people. So
absolutely.
All right. Well, get excited, people, because you can actually buy them now. A couple of guys in chat have already said that. One guy, Hi-Fi 1965, I think his nick is, says he's already got one, and John Carter says he's bought one. So there you go. Good work, guys.
Currently, there don't seem to be any in the UK. The UK dealers are all waiting for more stock, but you can get them from Thomann and what was the one that used to be? What was another one? What was it? DV247, who have obviously been taken over, haven't they?
Can't get them in Australia yet.
Still pretty order.
1,400 quid.
2,749 Australian dollars, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's still really cheap.
$7.50.
That is really cheap.
That's all right, yeah.
That is really cheap, honestly.
Yeah,
Seriously.
It would be the most I've ever spent on any one thing, but it's
Yeah.
pretty standard for a lot of things.
Chris,
This is it.
would this tickle your fancy more than the Roland then?
Oh, absolutely, yes. It's definitely. I've been wanting to get into the Akai MPC kind of architecture for a long time anyway. And this coming out has kind of made my path clear for the future. I'm just trying to be sensible at this
And
stage.
Chris, you can always load the 80899 samples on here and be all set. So
Yeah.
The 809, they're really
And
good
you can-
samples too.
And you can do some
Really
morphing
good
between them.
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
very.
What do you like to
I just
work from scratch?
It's all.
You know,
exciting,
when you've
yeah.
never touched one before, how easy is it to actually?
You can use this in all different sort of ways in
Yeah,
terms of
that's-
building a track, building a song,
It's very DAW
loops,
like
everything.
in
Right.
the way that it gives you the flexibility.
It's
From
much
what I
it's
can
much
see.
easier as well because the MPC have incorporated a lot of the Force stuff which it needed, and it just gives it that extra, like the mixer and all the other stuff that it's imported from the Force, which has made it even more probably user friendly, I would say.
I would call this version the Ian version.
The Ian version, that's
Yeah.
it. Then. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So I need to. I mean, I might not be able to get to touch one until I don't think they'll be at Synth
bought it.
Southwest.
you
And
go
I'm not
into-
going to play it without playing.
Going to
I
Anderton's.
can't buy it now.
Anderton's will have one.
Anderton's, yeah. So yeah. So I need to have a. I probably need to make a trip, don't I? Oh, Bristol. Oh, there's Bristol. Who's in Bristol? Elevator Sounds probably not.
They might. They like that sort of stuff, elevator guys.
I know, and I've not been there, so you know, now I've been to Bristol on the train, and it's an hour. I'm going to do that a bit more, really. So yeah, no, a day in Bristol sounds good. Take Jane out for lunch, go to Elevator Sounds, go and play with this.
No,
And
they
you
don't-
can give us a good verdict on that, Ian, because
They don't,
you've
Absolutely, because I have no
so-
idea how to start with it. Yeah, exactly.
Ian, they don't.
Yeah.
They don't do
They
that.
don't
high.
do it. Yeah, right, okay. So I need to find somewhere that's close to the southwest without. Actually, I'm probably more likely to go into London before the end of the year than anywhere else. So
actually, speaking of MPC, a quick shout out to the old Inky training videos with Kent. If you haven't seen them on YouTube,
I remember the yes. I
trying to
remember
teach them how to use the MPC, and they're great.
They were
videos.
great. They were brilliant. They were so much fun. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Or even go back on my channel where we were both talking about how to use Force, talking about how to use MPC, how to use Circuit. She's all over those. All right,
Yeah,
now
she is. Yeah.
we are going to go on to the last product that we're going to show, and that is let me just move Daren out of the way.
Actually, John Carter just said, meet me in November. I'm up in York in November, so I will. John, I'll take you up on that.
PoliMaths.
I'll meet you.
We showed this before. It was just a preview release. This is actually now an official release. There's actually two products in one of this release. I'm going to be showing the PoliMath and the QXD from MakeNoise. So we've got a little video lined up. Let's play this, and only goes for a couple of minutes. The part that I want to show anyway, which is this part.
QXG, or Quad Stereo Gate, is a 4-channel low-pass gate and stereo mixer. As on all of our low-pass gates, the QXG's control parameter is used to set both the amplitude and the frequency content of the sound that passes through it. The QXG adds a Vactrol button to select between a slow response emulating the decay time of a Bactrol, and a fast precision response that still maintains the gentle filtering characteristic. The QXG includes a stereo sum output with voltage controllable stereo spread to quickly route all 4 channels across the stereo field. Each channel also has an individual output that removes the channel from the sum when patched. The QXG is a key component of the new universal synthesizer system, an analog interface for multi-channel electronic instruments. From one comes many. PoliMaths is the 8-channel CV and audio event generator for the new universal synthesizer system, or any eurorack modular synthesizer. It uses a single set of controls to generate complex functions at 8 independent channel outputs. In this patch, 8 waveforms from our forthcoming multi-channel oscillator are patched to 8 inputs of QXG, while 8 channels of PoliMaths are patched to the 8 control inputs. That seems like too many patch cables. Let's remove most of them. This is all that's necessary, because the PoliMaths 8-channel outputs are connected behind the scenes via chain cable to control the 8 channels on a pair of QXG modules, specially designed to connect to PoliMaths to create an 8-channel back end for the new universal synthesizer system. PoliMaths introduces several new methods of deriving many signals from an action or input. Each channel of PoliMaths contains a triggered function generator and an oscillation section. Span and activate are used to activate channels individually or together. In channel index mode, just point span at a channel to activate it. We can use the rise, fall, and curve controls to set the shape and length of the activated functions. If a function is still active when the next is activated, then they overlap, useful for polyphonic patches. You can also sequence span. Patch the activate input, and PoliMaths will wait for a gate before activating.
I think that'll do for now. I think that's quite a lot more to get through in that video. If you guys are interested in it, there's probably a fair bit of depth in the PoliMath. To be honest, we did show it before when it was on the pre-release. Do you guys see the blurred module in the video? Wonder what that is.
Now, who would use a crazy technique like blurring?
Yeah, you nasty people, you. Anyway, so they're out now. The price for the PoliMath is out. It's $459 US, and this is their MSRP prices, by the way. And $239 for the quad QXD, which is the quad low pass gate. Yeah, that's actually really decent. That price, $239 for the quad gate.
Interested.
Yep, that one's going to fly off the shelves at that price. PoliMath, cool. I'm still scratching my head, guys. I know a fair bit about eurorack, but this thing is confusing the pants off of me. I understand the general gist of it. It's a polyphonic 8-channel function generator, I guess you want to call it. Like, not just an envelope generator. It's got a few other bits and pieces in it as well. But I'm still trying to work out what generate, accelerate, activate, span kind of do. I kind of get the gist of it, but it's
an NXS song.
Yeah, I'm trying to tolerate it. Yeah, it's a little confusing still. I'm probably going to have to watch a few more videos on it and see some other people use it. But I am very, very intrigued in it. One thing that kind of confused me, I don't know if you guys saw, but there was some sounds coming out from the PoliMath being manipulated, but I didn't see any patches on the bottom. So have they got some sort of back end patching?
They did say they said that the forthcoming poly oscillator. And I think that was the thing that was probably
the thing that was blurred, and
it would be connected again with the chain cable, they call it.
Yeah, underneath
behind the module. So of course you didn't see any patch cables then.
So that's
Defra
why-
made some stuff like that with the back end cable kind of going through the system.
Yeah.
It's pretty clever.
There's a few that do it, like Meleco do it with variegate and voltage block and things like that. Yeah, yep. Does anyone sort of kind of feel this is a thing that they would need, they would want, or do you feel like it's just, for me, this is kind of a two-part question. Is it something that you would definitely get, or do you feel like this is something that really is complementing something else that MakeNoise are bringing out, and it's probably more suited just to that? That's my two-part question for you guys.
Well,
I think it'd be a lot of fun.
I think the latter, though. I think you definitely... although I think the QXP? QXD? That seems to be very, very usable in any modular environment. I kind of feel like the PoliMaths and at least one or two of their other modules that use this new system kind of have to go together.
Yeah.
And you'd be embracing that particular sort of philosophy. So you'd probably, make one rack that was just that. So I don't really see them as all being individually equally desirable for that reason. So I'm a bit like you with the PoliMaths. I don't quite understand how it works, but I've got an open mind. But I don't feel like
you can make instant aleatoric music with a few adjustments. It's kind of fun.
It still definitely has Buchla written all over it to me. I still feel MakeNoise are very influenced heavily from the Buchla land of worlds that they're doing. Because if you look at take the maths part of it out, and if you look at that span thing, I've seen that before in Buchla stuff, where it can manipulate voltages across multiple channels through one control. I can't remember.
Well, it's like their woggle bug is a piece of the source of uncertainty from Buchla. It's literally stolen from that. So yeah.
But even still, I mean, if this is let's strip it back. If this is like a math, and it's got 8 channels on it, that's like twice as big as a previous maths. I don't think it's exactly the same, but for $459, that seems to be a fairly decent price in that sense as well. And we've always said that we could do with more math modules in our kit. If you've never had a math module, you're probably missing out. They're actually really, really good modules. Probably one of the building blocks modules, I would say, for any eurorack setup.
I like them, but I clearly don't use mine enough. I've done really basic stuff with it.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that I've been able to do, because frequency, what are they called? Sorry, feedback modules. Are doing their VCS3. Chris has got one as well. The oscillators from VCS3 and the filters from VCS3. And if you actually look at a true VCS3, they had a very similar sort of envelope generator in them to what the MakeNoise Maths has. So as a result, you can actually get some very, very predictable, Jean-Michel Jarre type sounds and things like that, just using Eurorack now. So I mean, even still, if that's not what your thing is, having a rise and fall envelope generator with a cycle on it is very handy anyway. So, and then having a tenuverter on that is even better. So at the very least, that's what you're getting out of that. In this case, there's more to it. There's the span, there's the activate, accelerate, or accumulate. I think they're saying it's not accelerate, accumulate, spread. The stereo idea is good.
It sounds, I mean, I think we covered this when we looked at this originally, but it seems to me that the idea is that you've got with the one set of controls in the front panel, the other engines that are sitting underneath, which are virtual, are derived from that one set of panel. And the way they're derived is controlled by a set of other knobs, but there's always a relationship between them. So I sort of think of it as having a relation. It's sort of like a family tree creation system, like that. That's the general principle. But as you're quite right to ask, what does that mean? Shall we didn't, show it actually working. Give us a scientific paper, please. Because that's kind of what we need to fully understand sort of the potential of it. I mean, it's one thing to explore, and some people can just explore, and they don't have to quite know what's going on. But some of us do really, really enjoy that aspect of knowing what's going on, and we find it easier to make be a bit more predictable when we know kind of what to expect.
Yeah, it's got a mode button to the right of the cycle button in the middle, which is interesting. And the other thing that I noticed in the video is those LEDs above the outputs, the 8 outputs, change color. And they probably would, I'd suggest, represent what span is doing, because you can see the 3 different colors of span.
Yeah, I think they're giving you a hint as to how they're related to the front panel. So you kind of know that, at some point you probably see one of the LEDs as your sort of your central position, or what you've got selected, and you can tell that that's that way because the intensity of the LED or the color of the LED is different from the others, and you can see it falling away to the ones next door and stuff like that. Yeah, I do think the LEDs are giving you information with respect to how it's deriving.
Yeah. I'm going to read the manual during the week if I can get an idea anyway. Right. Well, that's it for products this week. I mean, there was 3 massive ones. Really, probably the first 2 are huge compared to the MakeNoise one, but I still think the PoliMath is a big product to announce for the eurorack people, and I do want to keep supporting eurorack on this channel. It's something that I'm a big player of. Now, before we go on to the next segment, I think it's time that we bring out the Synth Quiz clue number 2, and there it is. Bang. Phase shifter.
Oh. You what?
Bang, gone. Clue number 2 done.
Andy's on
My
it.
work is done. My work is done.
DW8000? No.
Yeah. Put your guesses in. I'll like my name first, Ranzee, and then put Synth Quiz, and then your guess. What is Wagoo doing with ducks in chat? What are you up to, Wagoo?
I don't know.
It's a snake.
Ducks.
Snakes, actually.
It's a snake icon.
Oh, a snake? Okay.
Why?
What's with the snake? Sorry, I don't follow him. I haven't been paying attention, sorry. So it's probably like over my head.
I saw it in context and I still didn't understand it.
Fair enough. Let's get rid of that video. We don't need that anymore. We can.
It's a duck.
It's a duck.
No. Snake is
Before we go on to the next segment, let me do a little plug for Mr. Mac Stephen, if you're around. This is his little vintage voltage t-shirt merch shop. It's for synth merch for musicians and producers. He's got. He said to me, if you guys are down on the price of the TR-1000, if you're down on it, he said, instead of being down on the price, buy some merch instead.
Yeah.
Buy some merch instead.
Or you could buy some CDs from me. That would be the other thing to do.
Yeah. What was his actual quote? Where are we? So I get the email now. He said, for anyone else who can't afford the real thing, there's always the t-shirt.
And you just sell, if you can sell 500 TR-1000 t-shirts, you can buy the real thing. So
that's one way to raise funds.
Yeah, definitely.
There you go. That's the TR-1000 t-shirt. And
Nice.
obviously there's a whole bunch more in his store that you can go and check out. So give him a bit of love. He lives in Thailand now. So good old Mac. And obviously he's got to make a buck. But yeah, there you go. Bit of a plug. Promised him I'd do it. Awesome. Right.
Okay.
Price watch time. Andy, you will like this first one if it's done it properly. Hopefully it has.
Oh, good.
Hey, you did it properly.
Ah.
The Technosaurus.
I have a Technosaurus.
Select
I have a cheaper
bar.
one than this.
Yeah. This one is, 35,000 Aussie dollars. Let's change that. So we can do US. Because I kind of feel US helps people better. Because we're just going to have a great big tariff on everything. No, $23,276.71 if you're doing US. This one has a massive shipping. It's in Spain, in San John Despy, and I don't probably butchered that, by the way, in Spain. Hello to everyone who's in Spain watching my show. I doubt very much people, to be honest, because a lot of Spanish people would probably be watching Spanish-speaking shows. But anyway, yeah, hola to them. $857 US for the shipping. Wow. Does this thing weigh a gesundheit amount? Anyway, I do have this reverby thing here.
I have a Technosaurus Microcon, a little cheap synth, but
So what is this? Is this a 20 centimeter jobber? 5-inch?
Bigger than that, I think.
Even looks yeah, it does, doesn't it?
I mean, it almost looks like an arcade machine size. It's
Yeah.
not quite that
It's
big.
amazing.
Lots of VCOs, wave shaping, ring
I reckon
mod.
It's about a foot.
it's kind of like the Synton Phoenix a little bit.
per module.
Looks like it's been through a bit of life.
Yeah. And it's in the shop, isn't it? So, oh, there's a video.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that because we get bitten.
No.
We get beaten. Anyway, there's that. I don't really know much about it, so I thought Andy might have been across it, but that's okay. He says in his listing, it's an extremely rare modular synth from the late 90s. There's only a few units that were ever made, and they're extremely difficult to find, which is probably why the price is what it is. He doesn't say that, I'm saying that. He does say that this is a unique opportunity to purchase one of them. It's in good working condition. The case has got some marks, but everything works fine. There's some YouTube videos he's got on his channel, which he talks about. But what's in this is 4 VCOs, a dual wave shaper, a dual ring mod, dual envelope generator, 2 LFOs, 2 filters, 1 triple resonator, a sample and hold, 2 VCAs, a MIDI interface, and a couple of passive moldables. This thing weighs 42 kilos, which is why the postage is so heavy.
Yeah. I wonder if Kent's actually used one of these. I don't know if he used the Microcon, the cheap thing, but
Yeah. To be honest, I mean, it's basically a 4 oscillator synth, right? Yeah. I mean, technically you could probably do 2 voices at 2 oscillators with this, with the way the envelope generators work. You probably could. But I don't know. Yeah. It's getting stupid money for some of these things, honestly. What sort of sound does it make that makes it me want to go and spend $23,000 US on, you know?
probably nothing special, yeah.
Probably
It has
makes
some like
someone's
Paya
collection
vibes to it.
complete.
Like Paya's kit-based stuff vibes.
The Ian, you asking chat, is that Ranzee shop? No, it's Mac's shop.
Ah, right.
And there's the link. It's not my shop that we showed before.
This is Ranzee and PSN. So
Where?
So he just now he's just posted, it's James. It says Ranzee and PSN. So it sounds like it's a problem with all of the fourth wall shops at the moment. Maybe they're having some site issues.
Oh, my merch store is ranzee-shop.fourthwall.com. I can post a link in. I think it's already done it. The chatbot would have done it. But mine is... Oh, it's just done it anyway. The next one underneath. There you go. It's already just done it. The Ranzee Shop one is mine. Actually, I haven't looked at it for a while. But yeah, no, mine works fine. I'm looking at it now. Anyway, getting back to this, we are going to look at the next thing, which is for Ian, the Korg 770.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the little beauty, eh? Look at the little beauty.
It's nice,
Isn't it
that.
cute? Isn't it cute?
Played one of them. Yeah. How much?
2,000 Aussie, 1,800 pounds, 1,700 pounds, somewhere around there.
Yeah, it's a bit pricey, isn't it, really?
It's a little bit pricey, but isn't that cute?
yeah.
Look how cute it is.
It looks nice, actually. It looks in good condition. Like it's been restored.
I love the little sliders on this. Something that
Yeah.
I just really like about it. It's just got that coolness about it.
Yeah, no.
They've
I've
got a
played one few
distinct sound
times.
as well. Very distinct sound. Is it the 770 or the 700 that what's his name, Mick from Simple Minds played? I think it was the 700, wasn't it?
Well, I know. I don't know about Mick from Simple Minds, but I know that Human League used the 700S on those early Human League songs. Oh yeah. A
There's an
travel
800
foot
DV like
controller.
two of these in a
that
box.
was-
Is it?
Sorry.
Is an 800 DV is like two of these in a box, or is it
Yes.
similar? Right.
It is. It is. It is basically, yeah. Yeah, but a traveller foot control, because the traveller is the
Ooh.
filter.
Oh yeah,
With one L.
the connection for that. Yeah,
Yeah, that would be fun to play with.
yeah.
Yeah, it's in Tokyo. It's in Japan. Yeah.
Serial number 770, which is the model 718, so it's 718.
Yeah.
Well, for this particular one, can't remember what year it
it's
came out,
early.
but it's definitely a 70s.
Yeah. So 73, 74
screams
was the
late
700.
Yep.
So
early,
it was
yeah.
probably 78, 79, because it's after the 700. So yeah, late 70s. But yeah, be good to.
So the
I've
price.
played one quite a few times. So.
What do you think, guys? The price is.
I think the price is. I think. Yeah, the price is a bit pricey. Price is a bit pricey. Yeah.
There we go. Okay, what else we got? We have got the Moog Etherwave.
Ah.
This one's on eBay. I
a
haven't
black
seen
one.
I haven't seen one of these on eBay or Reverb for a while, actually. So
I also have the upgrade kit to make it a CV one as well. CV gate upgrade board. It's pretty cool.
these things came out like within the last 10 years, didn't they? The Etherwave.
This is the original. This is an extension of the original Bob Moog one. So he made them back in the '60s, right? The really old ones. But then he started making them in the '70s, I think, as this one. Very similar to this one, slight differences.
Yeah, but
later
this
on.
I feel this is
I bought one. I bought one brand new 20 years ago.
I feel this is
So.
a 2000 one. Do you remember that they
Yeah.
remade them in the 2000s?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like circa 2010, 2011.
That's the one I bought.
Yeah. And they're actually really, really good. Like, this is the one
great.
that you'd want to get. If you're going to get a theremin, this is the one you'd want to get.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But the Etherwave 2 has the CV gate, or you have to get like the Clarivox if you want the full control. So, and those upgrade boards are as rare as hen's teeth. I was lucky to find one on eBay a long time ago. So it's audio only; it won't control anything.
Yeah, I'm just having a look to see if there's anything else on here. Okay.
Yeah, I had
Interest-
that. Mastering the Theremin, Clara
Yeah.
Rockmore. That's a great name. And the Theremin documentary.
That's
Those are
actually
great.
really cool how it's got all that.
Yeah, I've seen the documentary. It's great, actually. That documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it in the theater when it came out. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's on YouTube.
$975. I feel that's a pretty good price. I'm happy with that.
It's not bad. Yeah, I think brand new, without those goodies, it was like $500, something like that. So
This one's in California, at Lincoln in California. So yeah, get on top of that.
that's
if
because
you're
we're the
after one of
weirdos
them.
that buy this stuff.
Yeah, right. Well, it's not Venice Beach, though, is it? Right? You know.
No, it's not that weird.
Yeah, it's
That's
not that
mostly
weird.
druggies and stuff.
Yeah,
but,
I know.
but I have three theremins, so it's just
Now, this one, because I had to put this price watch together quicker than you can say Jack Robinson. I saw this and I thought, this next one coming up, not this particular one you're seeing on the screen. I saw this next one coming up and thought to myself, wonder what's going to happen with all these Roland drum machine products now that the TR-1000 is out.
Yes.
And here's one. £250 for a TR-8, which is probably a good deal.
Yeah.
Probably a good deal.
Yeah.
If it's got all the other bits and pieces in it. We'll find out in a sec. This one's from Synth City. They're a pretty well-known reverb store. You can't really go wrong with these things. They do exactly what you think they're going to do. And even comes with the original box. People hate the green and black. I don't mind it. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, it's Ira. Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Yeah.
It doesn't say in the listing that there's anything about
Yeah.
it having the expansion.
The plug
sounds.
outs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would
I have
say
the plug outs.
I'd say this one doesn't.
Yeah. Well, it was more of a pain to load back then. You know, now with the Roland Cloud, it's much easier to load that kind of stuff. But back then, you had to go through some kind of DAW and do some weird configuration stuff. It's not super friendly, but
Yeah. Well, when you look at this, it's 520 Aussie, by the way. It's a lot cheaper than a lot of other TR8s that are on Reverb right now, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it at all. Because Synth City usually do pretty good, decent stuff. They're based in Chicago, Illinois, by the way. Synth City, if you're wondering where they are. They have access to a lot of gear because a lot of the Chicago guys, especially up that way, you get a lot of the beat makers up there. The Windy City, they have a lot of that sort of house and drum and bass sort of, a lot of those bands come from that part of the world. And so you can get your hands on some pretty cool stuff through Sin City because that's where they're based. Anyway, I noticed this being relatively cheap and I thought someone who wants a TR8, they should jump all over this.
And you get the scatter. That's the special thing about this guy is the scatter, which is
Got
nice.
the scatter, yeah. The thing is, if you want, get Jarvis and chat goes, I want a TR8S. They, like Ian said, they're only an extra £100. There's a TRS on eBay or wherever it is right now.
Called Audio Trader, actually. Audio Trader, 349 quid.
There you go.
Oh, no,
349.
that's an 8.
Oh, it's not an S?
No, there was one.
I was going to say, if that was an S, that would have been a steal.
I got my SUs pretty cheap.
I mean, eBay is going to be your cheaper place for Roland TR8 stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Let
me go directly.
There's an S.
And have a look.
There's an S in Italy. In the Philippines for 646 Aussie, which would be. Oh no, is that US? No, that's US. Sorry, guys. That's no good. That's US.
That one must have gone at 350 because
that's almost retail.
Yeah.
Nah, don't worry about that. That's no good.
So we're looking at 460s. They're about the cheapest for an S at the moment.
So 200.
The TR8 is still great. The main thing about the S is you get that playable pad for dynamics, and you get the FM stuff. Otherwise, TR8.
I don't use the playable pad very often, actually.
Or TR8.
Very rarely do I use that playable. No, I don't use it.
Oh, it's fun.
I have, but yeah.
You're looking at 450. I reckon is about the best I can see on eBay for a TR8S.
I paid 500 for mine. It wasn't second hand; it was X Display. I thought I got a real deal.
You did get a deal
for mine. Yeah.
I mean, technically, X Display is second hand, though.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
It's the only thing is it's just
with a full year's guarantee on it. So.
In some cases, an X Display is worse than some guy who's just had it in a smoke-free studio at his home and he's hardly used it. So, I don't know. Look, 909 Aussie dollars is the cheapest I can see on eBay. And there's one here in the UK, which is that price indeed. So that's £445. And this one is based in Hythe. I don't even know where Hythe is. Is that in London? It's in London, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think someone will tell us. It is in Kent.
Kent, yeah.
On the Romney Marsh. There you go, eh? Wow. Never knew that. There's probably a million other things I haven't learnt about the UK. So don't worry about that. This particular one that's on eBay for $445, I feel is a steal. I reckon that's actually pretty
The only
good.
thing I was mad when I got this one is the it didn't have the individual outs that you would expect on a board like a box like this. You could do it through USB.
The audio interface.
You can't do it through.
I'll tell you why I think this one's a steal, guys. People in the chat saying, "Oh, $445, that's not that good." It's got the desk saver on it. It's got the deck saver.
A deck saver. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I said desk saver. I meant to say deck saver.
We knew what you meant.
Yeah. So because of that, you're getting another?
Yeah, because deck saver's like $100
40
usually, something like that.
Yeah, 50 quid saving on there. Original box, power supply, everything. And so if you're in the UK, I reckon that's a pretty good deal. But still, hey, what we're talking about is remembering TR-1000 was the product that we're talking about today. That's 2,300, 2,250 pounds. That is 445 pounds. That's a massive amount less. And you're going to get a long way to what that TR-1000 can do with this. Sorry, I keep showing us, and I should be showing the eBay listing. There it is there. You're going to get a long way like that. If you're kind of thinking, no, I can't afford the T11000, get this. This doesn't have anything analog in it, but it's got sampling, it's got ACB, it does have FM as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, FM's good on it.
Yeah, after the firmware update.
After the firmware update. And this particular one has the deck saver on it.
Yeah.
So winner,
great.
chicken dinner.
Yeah, it's a good deal.
Yeah. And the box, always good to have the box, because then you can always
The box.
rock and roll it on later on when you can afford to get the TR-1000. Just be sensible
I had all
about
those
your gear.
boxes. I just took a picture of it and
I've
just threw
got
it away. So.
yeah. Oh dear, I've got my boxes. My boxes in the garage.
It's I can't store them all.
I flatten them. So the ones that I don't care about the inner guts, I'll just flatten them. And, but the ones where you have to keep the inner guts because there's specific reasons for the gear that's going in.
Exactly, yeah.
I'll have to keep them all, So
I kept them all for many years, and it was taking up too much space.
Like my Timberwolf, right? My Timberwolf, I needed to keep that with all the guts in it because it had a polystyrene internal mold for it and everything, and so I had to keep all that. That sucked. That's it, boys and girls. We have done all the segments, and now we can go like somewhere. Where it is? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, don't scroll on me like that. We can do that, and added bonus. Added bonus. What I can do also is I can say third clue for the synth quiz: guitar amp out. Guitar amp out.
Give me ideas.
Post your answers in le chat. In le chat. That's the French chat, if you're wondering. We got Awkward Teeth and Hair Productions. That's a great nickname. I'm still trying to get myself around that. He or she thinks that's Roland SH5. Wagoo thinks it's the ARP Quadra. Okay. And he thinks the Quizmaster is Mr. Spong. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, phase shifters.
Chris thinks it's the ARP Selena. Yeah. Guys have got to put Synth Quiz and then guess, or Synth Quiz, my name, Synth Quiz, or whatever. Something like that. Don't just like blurt out names of synths in the chat, because you could be talking to your mate in there. Who knows what you're saying? Like, I'm talking to you, the
Or in
vapors.
big capitals, quiz, and the answer.
Yeah, the vapors. That's you. I'm talking to you. You. Do it right. Mr. Rhodes. Let's have fun. Yeah, like, aren't we spoiled at the moment with some new gear, guys?
Absolutely.
Why they aren't in the Synth Quiz.
Yeah.
We've had just about every
keeps on
major.
coming.
We've had just about every major sort of event this year. We've had, NobCon and all the British ones, and then we've had, Super Booth and NAMM and all that. But still,
Brooklyn
gear's
Friends.
coming out
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird time to be releasing all these big flagship sort of products too, don't you think? It's kind of
a taste.
floating.
It is to
Because
one
it
extent,
released at
but
the same time as
Christmas is coming, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the sort of thing you get if you're gonna buy a big flagship product, you buy it for yourself for Christmas.
What it
Well,
does
it's like
do,
that MakeNoise video. They probably were ready to talk about that, and last minute they go, "Oh, we're not ready to ship yet, so cover that thing up with a fuzzy."
yeah. That's pretty true. But I kind of feel like if you're going to release a product and you kind of don't want it to be all sort of merged in with everything else that's been released by all the other companies,
Trying to get clear.
this time of the year is a good time to do it
Yeah.
Yeah.
because you get a bit more air around you.
Like if you remember Macworld
cycle.
Expo, when it existed, Apple used to wait till Macworld Expo to make announcements, right? And they get this. We're tired of this. We're waiting for January every year to make announcements. So they started leaking stuff before and after, and it just, it's hard to stay to that tight schedule.
Daren, you just don't listen, do you? You just don't listen. Like, did you ever get bad reports when you were a
just
kid?
when he's got
What did he just say?
Yeah.
What the hell, Daren?
I
I
quite
would-
fancy that.
I was seeing whether you
the
noticed.
Rhodes Mark 8.
Oh, I
actually,
noticed.
as
I
the Synth
noticed.
Quiz.
Blame Rave Dave. It was his fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was typing it in. I had nothing to do with it. Actually, no, he wasn't typing it in because it'd have been a bit more than that.
Yeah, be
He swore
more
for a
rude.
start, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Full of profanity and stuff.
Well, the Quizmaster's going to be happy this week.
Ooh.
I can say
Yeah,
that
the
much.
phase shifter one's throwing me off. The other ones could be a lot of different things, but the phase shifter is. So I love phase shifter. But
Was
I
that
only use
the
them in
the
modular.
hi-fi out that's got me, and the guitar amp out?
No, because a lot of the older 70s stuff
That's-
had
yeah.
those individual out.
The old 70s
Yeah,
had the
that's what I
guitar
mean.
outputs, yeah.
Yeah.
But the phase shifter, I don't remember things that had a specific phase shifter like that. This is-
Didn't some of the Rhodes have a phase shifter on them?
Poly 6. There we go. I'll say it.
All right. Do you
Don't
guys
think
want
Poly
me
6
to?
I don't think it's Poly 6. I don't
I'll
think
tell
Poly
you-
6 had a guitar
I'll
amp
tell you
out.
the answer. Okay. I'll tell you. No one has got
Yeah.
it. Darren, especially you, because you didn't conform.
Oh, I
You're
was
a naughty
close.
boy.
I was
You're a
close.
naughty boy. Okay. There's the answer right there.
Oh,
the-
wow.
What's bloody called?
Of course.
And that's what it looks like.
Yes.
Oh,
Interesting.
different from what I thought.
Never seen one
So
of
it's not the
those.
thing with the billions of knobs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never played one. That's for
Do
sure.
you guys want to know
I'd
who
guess
the
something I've never seen
Quizmaster
before.
is? You guys didn't guess who the Quizmaster is. You got that wrong as well.
So I thought, go on then.
The Quizmaster
Henry.
is Steve,
Oh,
Oh.
goodness, Steve.
as in Aussie Steve.
Nice one.
Steve the
Yeah,
Bastard.
Steve
Wow.
Smith.
Steve Smith.
Does that mean
Well
he
done,
has one? I
Steve.
didn't know he had one of those.
Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well,
Makes
maybe he
perfect
does,
sense.
maybe he doesn't, Andy, but it doesn't matter if he does or not.
No, I know. Just curious because I never even heard of it. And he talks about a lot of his gear. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got you by the short and curlies, that's for sure. Yeah, that was a
done,
good one. Well done, Steve. Yeah. Steve, everyone gets
it's like Cora. Yeah, I got cut off. The G got cut off. He said Cora. Never heard of Cora.
yeah, there's lots of buttons that would actually work with that right now. There's like for the synth quiz.
So,
Shutting it down.
yeah.
So he can walk around with a little swagger this week, saying that I've bamboozled you all you big synthesizer nerds, you. He was telling me today, while I was working at the place I was working at today, he was telling me that you heard it on Ox, or he's said it now in chat now, Equinox Part 1 is when you heard it.
Right, yeah.
Cool.
What part of Equinox Part 1 did we hear it though? Like that's kind of where I was getting scratchy of the head. I'm like, which sound is it? So do tell, Steve, if you can separate it out or describe it. Yeah. It's a bit hard to describe some of those sounds though. I get it.
Well, it's funny with some of that stuff because there's on the Blade Runner soundtrack, somebody tracked down this little Japanese toy that was like made these little bleepy bloopy noises that Vangelis used on the Blade Runner
strings.
Thing.
So he had
string synth?
So he's actually using that
through the
for
phaser.
The strings through the phaser instead of the eminence. Right. Interesting. So is that has nothing? That's not even like a Selena sound at all. Ah. Wow. CCGGCC.
Phasers make everything sound great.
That one. Yeah. That one. That's the sound.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That speeds up, right?
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Cool.
I honestly thought that was a not a Selena, an eminence, but which is basically a Selena, because that's where the eminence came. I mean, the Selena came from.
Well, just basic divide down, right?
Yeah, but that's the actual electronics came from the eminence. The Selena stole it from them, and that was through a tape delay as well. Okay, cool. So he did those kind of interesting things, didn't he? You're not doing the Selena next week, mate, because everyone will guess it.
No, they don't say it's a Logan or something.
Yeah.
So in a way, I got it right because I said Selena, and everyone thought it sounds like a Selena on the album.
Well, the phase
vicariously, I've kind of got the
the phase shifter.
Chris, they can't. No.
Hang on a minute. The phase shifter on the Korg PE-2000.
Looking for.
I want to know a bit about that because now you know what I'm like. I'm nerding out on the phase shifter. I thought that Jar used the small stone, right?
Yeah, me too.
But maybe he didn't for that. So, Steve, you've got me. You've got me.
The shifter's out the front. It's on the front.
Oh, where are we?
I'm just looking at one now. $1,600 for one on eBay.
That's a lot of money.
It is, isn't it?
These things were popular in France by the looks of it.
So this one's built in. Do you think it's similar in design to like a small stone kind of thing? Is it?
Depends on the vintage. So when was it made?
1976. When it first came out, it was priced at around about $1,000. But where does it say it's got a phaser in it? I didn't think it did.
Yeah, so I'm just looking. I'm trying to find a better picture. So
but it does. According to this,
it does. Definitely on the.
Yep.
It's not on the back. It's on the front. Must be on the front.
Yeah. It has a KLM.
Get some good pictures.
A KLM 036 or a KLM. I can't read it because the graphics is too blurred. KLM 036 or a KLM 038 is the part number of the phaser by Korg.
Okay.
So that's it. So let's have a look at that. Korg phase shifter KLM 03. We'll go.
He says he sent you a phone pic, Ranzee.
Yeah, I know, but I can't get the phone pic off and put it onto my computer because it's via text.
You sent them in WebP format.
He wouldn't do that just to piss her off.
So
So
the
that's
output's
a
on the
Korg
back and it's
phaser,
on the front.
Yeah, can't see it on there anyway.
Fortunately, a nice phase shifter can be dialed in to give the sound a retro 70s shimmer. It says.
It's a 6-stage phaser, according to AI. It was a manual.
Korg are actually, Korg Berlin, right?
Yeah.
They're actually doing a prototype called a Phase 8. Have you guys seen this? I'm gonna see if I can bring this up for you guys.
Sounds familiar.
And it's based on that phaser. Korg Berlin Phase 8. There we go.
I still want to see the electroacoustic thing is supposed to come out. Yeah, that electroacoustic one above. Yeah.
Is this that string thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been working out for about a good 2 or 3 years, haven't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
It's changed form quite a few times.
Changed colors too. Yeah.
Yeah. Like lemon. Lemon's interesting.
That's Tats doing that, isn't it? The old the guy that did the mini log and
call it a Rachel by the look of it. You've seen that?
Yeah.
On the top.
Oh, there's all these different people.
Oh, the names. Yeah, Tony.
Yeah.
Is that Tony?
Yeah, that's Tom.
Tom.
And it's Gayosuke. Anyway, so there's that. I don't know if that's got anything to do with the phaser, but it said something like it was modelled after one of the Korg circuits. Yeah, I can't really sort of... I'm not looking at chat, by the way, so if you're saying stuff to me about it in chat, I'm missing it because I'm looking at something else. So stop yelling at me in chat. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, what are they saying in chat? I know I have to detach it to my phone. Is it a 7-stage? A 7-stage is cool. If it is a 7-stage. Because we've talked about this before. So usually phase shifters work in pairs because of the FETs, right? Chris? If it's like
They're usually balanced, yeah.
They're usually balanced, right? So you'd get a sort of even number of stages. But if you've got a 7-stage, it means that you've got this wonkiness about the way it phase shifts, and that could create a bit of interesting sort of results.
Good.
There's a few examples of that out there.
Yeah, the digital one Elisa's made, the ModFX
No
Phase
sound,
FAZE, was pretty cool. You could do some wild stuff with that guy.
Yeah, there was no sounds on that video, Vicky. I just think it was just Korg's engineers demoing their little iterations that they have with this thing that's taking umpteen years to produce. Just keep teasing us every year at Super Booth. Yeah.
I'm just going to answer Awkward Teeth's question. Which Korg synth workstation has the best hammer action feel post hammer action? I'd say none of them. Really, from a hammer action point of view.
Is your Kronos weighted?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
and I don't like it. So I quite like the Cross, but that's not hammer action. So no, none of them really. The best Korg action was on the B2 piano, in my opinion. Yeah, Steve says the Korg stage pianos are okay, but they are stage pianos, not workstations.
Oh, I've just stumbled across a schematic, Chris. You'll be licking your lips.
I was just listening to a sound demo of it through the phaser.
I've got to try and get to the page where it's got it in there, because it'll tell me how many stages it is by just looking.
I never looked at the circuit. Is the phaser a complex circuit? Is it pretty simple?
Well, it does. It does the chorus ensemble and the phaser, apparently, this circuit on the PE-2000, and it's unique to the PE-2000. It's not in any other Korg products.
Oh, okay.
So according to this website I was looking at, I don't know how true some of these claims are, so you just kind of have to...
Yeah, you take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
To answer Andy's question, it's a simple circuit replicated many times.
Okay.
But it looks simple, but there's actually, as usual,
It's like a feedback. Does it feedback into the different pieces?
It does have a feedback usually.
Yeah.
At the end of the chain.
At the end. Okay.
Yeah. It gives you resonance.
Mm.
But it's just like the same circuit repeated many times. When you see it, you kind of recognize it.
Right. Okay.
It's tricky to work out because they've lumbered the circuitry of the ensemble sound with the phaser sound, and it looks to me like there's 12
all pass filters.
Yeah, which could be
resonators.
Yeah, so that could be that some of them are separate to the phasing circuit, and they're just using them for the chorus, because you'd be able to use the two at the same time, right? Predominantly. So it could be an 8, because a chorus would have 4, I feel, because you'd have to have two pairs. I'd say it's probably an 8 stage. That would be my guess. I'm just having a look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'm saying it's an 8 stage. And also the giveaway to me is the model number KLM 038.
Yeah.
I feel it's an 8 stage. So
yeah.
Tell me if I'm wrong in chat though, but I feel looking at the schematic, it's an 8 stage phaser. And that would make more sense to me.
2 times 3 is 6 plus 8 is 12.
Yeah.
So if you can see 12 circuits, it's probably, the ensemble's probably 3 pairs.
Yep.
And the phaser's probably 8 stages.
Yeah.
Because the ensemble's usually stereo and the phaser's usually mono.
Do I have to download this? What's the story here? I hate how Acrobat has taken over my browser.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm always... Where's the download button? Where's the download button?
There it is. Found
download button. Open download, yeah.
It was hidden under a pop-up thing that it's got. Do you want to use AI? Oh my God, just leave me alone. I'm gonna email this to you, Chris. You can have a look at it while... I don't know if you've got time or not, but yeah. Korg KLM 038. There we go. It's actually Googleable, so you could probably find it yourself, but this is just quicker.
I didn't know the number, but you did mention it just then. So
it's actually the schematics of the PE-2000. I don't know how much other stuff is.
Well, you said it was unique to that synth, so it would be in there.
Well, it's all through hole. Like, it's completely like lick your lip stuff.
Well, 76.
76, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's little hand-drawn PCBs with the curvy tracks.
I mean, it's typical Korg. They modularize things in those days. So
Yeah,
said, like,
they always did, yeah.
that this is your block diagram, right? The block diagram. You'll see this when you see the PDF. This is your master generator. This is the waveform matrix. This is the the phase shifter. This is the tone control. This is the filter. This is the guitar amp adapter. It's very, interesting.
Here are the pics Steve sent me.
How are you sending that to me, Andy?
Oh, I'm in my screen.
Oh.
I'm sharing it. There's that picture. And there's this picture.
Yeah, but where's the phase shifter? That's what I was trying to get at. It's definitely in there.
There it is. Fish shifter.
There's a rate
The
control.
jacks are on the back. Yeah.
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 And the rate control apparently is the control that changes that and the ensemble
It's the same circuit.
together or something.
Go
Yeah,
back
I think,
to
I think
the
it's the same
previous pic.
control. Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't show
There
the
should
rate
be a
control.
rate knob.
Hang on,
Yeah,
I've got
not in that
another one here. There. In fact, if we go quick play,
There was a knob there that said phase shifter.
I can
Second
zoom.
knob in from
Did
the
it?
Yeah, I can zoom in on this.
Oh, yeah, I can
I'm
see
sure
it from
it's
there,
a
yeah.
Yeah, second knob in from the left.
Yeah,
That
I
one.
see it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Phase shifter.
There it is.
Does it say rate on? No, it doesn't.
No,
It says something else.
it would literally just be
got a
that.
bum steer.
Yeah, you can take that off now, Andy, if you like. We've worked it out.
We'll hide it here.
Thanks.
Yeah, I love this sort of stuff. Like exploring synths and that you haven't. So did Steve say he's got one? I couldn't remember if he said he had one or not.
He took those pictures, so he's definitely got to have one.
Okay. The thing for me is, what's a small stone? Is a small stone 8 stage or 6 stage? I think it's 8 stage, isn't it?
Sounds right. Oh, let's get an LM3900. Oh, yes. Okay, so we don't have the
4 stage.
schematic, but we do have... Oh, no. Oh, there you go. Is that it there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
that's
still
it.
thinking it's 8 stage.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it looks like 6.
Did you see what he said about the two models? He said on the 2000, they're divide down.
Yeah.
And one synth per node on the 1000. Interesting.
One, yeah, because some of them are just mixers.
Yeah.
I think, or that might be a stereo simulator.
Well, it's either going to be 4 or 8, depending on how it manipulates that circuit, right?
It really looks like 6 here. Oh, and hang on.
What page you
What
on?
does that mean? I am on page... PDF page 10. It says KLM 038B. Phase shifter.
Well, there's 6 across the top there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's just a an amplifier input for the headphones.
Yeah, down the bottom.
The
But if
one
you
that-
go to...
yeah,
Where is it?
go a bit further down.
If you go to page...
There's another one.
So the individual circuit elements, are they like op amps, or
15.
what's the
Yeah.
stuff inside the phase?
Op amps
yeah.
and sometimes it's FETs, sometimes it's optocouplers. This looks opticizers. These are light dependent resistors. These are Vactrals. I think you'll find.
So you go to page...
Yeah.
If you go to page 15, you'll see your 12 channels happening. For the... It does say ensemble 2, though.
Okay.
So that's where I was getting
So
the
this
idea.
is the actual component layout.
This is a
talking about
component
here?
layout, yeah.
Yeah. But it could.
It could be stereo pairing.
I can see, I can see that, but that could just be because they did used to use a grid. Sometimes they used a grid system for servicing.
Yeah.
So it could be just
It could just be the grid. Yeah.
12. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Because you want to say, oh, you need to replace 10,31. So like you got a whole bunch of components that all look identical, and it's a bit hard. It was back then. It was quite hard to write.
We're talking about this stuff. We probably should be sharing it with the stream.
Yeah,
of course.
So can't wonder what that looks
tell
like.
the glow. Can't you see the glow of my skin to see?
I'm going to do that. Don't worry.
We need our glasses so you can see the reflection in your glasses, and then.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only reason I should get glasses, because the
shades.
stream's better.
Need those cool shades, mirror shades.
All right, here we go. So we are looking at this part of the PE-2000, the phase shift of the KLM 038. So if we scroll down to where it talks about the KLM 038, we're looking at these signifiers here on the documents. So far we're not there yet. We're not there. We're still not there. Still not there. You first see it, you recognize it straight away, is here. So down the bottom, you've got the signifier there, and these are your 6 across here. So that does indicate there's 6 on the phaser. Because if you think about it, right, they're your stages. See, that's stage 1, that's stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, stage 5, and then stage 6, and then it comes out and it gets amplified, right? And you can see it even tells you this is phase shifter out here. So if you actually follow the circuit flow, it's actually going through here and then back out, and then it's coming out here.
Yeah, and you can see the direct out.
You can see the direct out as well. Yep.
Trace that back, and that's your input to your phaser.
Yeah. So you can actually draw on this, I think.
And the switch is just whether it's bypassed or not.
So this is kind of like your...
Is there a phaser that gives you more direct control over the stages, or not really? Or would that be useless?
Good question.
No, there are some stages that have phasers that have... so the Mogafoga one has 2 different stage selectors. That one gives you the choice between 12 and 6, I think.
But that's basically just switching how many stages are involved. Yeah, the all-pass filter phase shifts by always 180 degrees, if I recall. So you get a fixed amount of phase shift, and you get more by just multiplying that by adding them together.
So this is where I thought it might have something to do with the 12
but
because of the schematic here.
I think that's the right board.
Yeah, I don't know either now. It does say under here, it does say polyphonic ensemble down here.
Yeah, but isn't that the designation or the branding of the instrument?
That's just the branding of the instrument, yeah. Yeah, so that might just be completely
I think the one below might be it, because it's 6 chips ICs, and they're very definitely ICs. And there's 6 of them.
These things. I don't know why it's not highlighting. Anyway, useless Mac. Do your job.
Not OCR'd.
Yeah, it's not.
It's hand drawn, so it's just scanned in. Yep, that's what we were looking at.
That's what Chris and I were looking at, and it's probably going over a lot of people's heads, unfortunately. But they generally, if you can learn...
Well, it is Synth Geekery, so there you go.
But the thing is, I don't know anywhere near as much as what Chris does about electronics. But if you do have a little bit of circuit knowledge, like if you understand how to follow traces and understand what different basic symbols are, you can get an idea of what things are doing. And it's really handy too. If you want to, say you've got a problem with one of your synths, you know it's a fairly simple thing to repair. And I'll give you an example. Like I had an MKS70, which had the voltage part of it, which is the power supply, was US 110 volts, and I wanted to change it over so that it was going to be 240 volts. So I wanted to check the circuit to make sure that this thing was either going to be a complete nightmare of a job or a simple job, depending on how the voltage coming in after the power supply would be able to handle it. And I opened the circuit diagram up, which I found online, and went to the page where the voltage power supply was, and lo and behold, there is a switch on the board which converts to the different two types of AC voltage inputs. And all you have to do is literally just swap over. In those days, they didn't have switchable PSUs. You literally had to swap over the electronic componentry from a 110 to a 240 or 220, 240 module. And all you had to do was just drop in the transformer that was capable of doing that, and away you go. And you just click the little switch over, and that's it. She's done. And just reading a circuit, I mean, I probably could have opened up the synth and seen it as well, because it was actually printed on the circuit board. So those little jobs, you could, with some reasonable, basic electronic knowledge, you can do yourself. And some people are like, no way would I ever go inside a synth. No, not going to touch it. But it's actually, the more you do it, the more confident you are about doing stuff. I had a D550, which I bought locally here, and the guy I bought it off, he must have dropped it at one stage out of the rack, and it landed on the power cable, and it dented the whole back chassis of the rack unit, and it cracked the kettle plug, the IEC plug,
IEC
housing.
the little sort of housing around where you actually plug it in.
Yeah.
It's all cracked. It was kind of flapping around in the breeze, part of the plastic. So I pulled all the chassis off. I replaced the IEC receptacle, the female connector, with a new one, screwed it all in, and then I just got a little sort of ball hammer, and I just panel beaded the chassis back so that it became flat again. I used bits of wood on the other side to keep it flat, and then soldered the new power supply back on, and away I went. Put it all back together. No one would know that it was ever damaged, because it was all repaired properly. And there was no physical problems anywhere else. It was just that particular part of it that had been damaged. So probably luckily it probably landed on the cable.
Yeah.
If you think about the cable going into the back, it's probably sort of cushioned a bit of the cable's probably gone like that onto the ground, and it's just pushed the metal in and cracked. And luckily it probably hasn't created a spark or an arc that's taken the circuit out, because all was all fine.
Probably minimal chance.
It's really fun when you break the ones that have the 2 prongs instead of the 3 prongs, the old early 80s cables.
Yeah, because they
So
get
you have
stuck
to
inside. Yeah.
Yeah, or you have to upgrade it to a 3 prong. There's a fix for that. Just upgrade to a modern IEC.
Yeah. I mean, even that should be pretty simple to do as well. Yeah.
It's not hard. It's just a pain. It's just because sometimes people would sell synths thinking, oh, everyone's got these cables, right? But it's the 2 prong guys. And then it's, oh man, they got to track one of those down, and
Yeah. I mean, I've got some synth repairs sitting over there that I haven't done. I've got some that I probably won't ever do, and then there's a key step, one of the original key steps, and it's got the little USB micro problem where it was just flapping around.
I thought you
too
fixed
much.
that. You didn't fix that yet?
No, there was one that I fixed, and this one because I have 2. There was a black one, which is down here somewhere. I fixed that one. That was easy. Whereas the other one, I'm not even going to bother fixing it because it's too much. It's basically I'm going to have to heat up the circuit board and pull off, because it's surface mount componentry.
Yeah.
So I'll have to pull it off. And usually when you start doing jobs like that, you've got to be so careful not to lift traces and things like that up.
Ugh.
And everything's all next to it, really, really close by. So it's like everything's all sandwiched in. It's one of those designs where everything's just all close together. I've already got a Keystep 37 here. I've already got another Keystep. I've got a Behringer mock-up version of the Keystep called the Swing. I don't really need it. I might just chuck it in the bin. So there's some repairs I just won't even bother, because when you think about it, the amount of effort, the amount of stuffing around, How much is the key step? $100. Just get a new one if you need it.
Well, don't just throw the swing away. If you're gonna toss it, break it on camera as a protest, and then throw it away.
It's not the it's not the swing. It's the
not the swing
Arturia.
that's broken.
It's the Arturia. That's
genuine.
broken.
Yeah.
It's not the swing because the swing's outbuild quality of the other key step because
Its
it's
swing
lasted
is
longer.
actually pretty good. I don't know where it is. It's here somewhere. Yeah.
I still have to do that repair for the EMX. EMX has a famous shorting issue where you get some encoder drift where they start just randomly changing. And it's not a bad encoder thing. There's some kind of a contact problem where you have to put a little panel in there.
What's the power on that? What's the power? Is it what USB is it for that? Is it the same type of USB?
USB micro, but it doesn't flap around in the breeze like the Arturia does.
But it goes back to the whole,
Yeah.
panel-mounted crap. It's nice when they
that's a good example.
case mount it.
Whereas if you look at see, this is, we've talked about this before.
Which wasn't an option.
But Arturia did actually listen to me when I did my original keystep video. So they actually did put USB Type B on here. It's going blurry now because my face is in the way. But you guys can see it there. So that's a 37 that's got that. That was a very smart thing that Arturia did. Because I think half the world was screaming at them, stop doing USB micro.
Well, plus that thing was big enough to use a USB-B. They didn't have to use a micro on there.
Yeah.
Right? They could put a normal B in there.
Well, it's cheaper for them, I believe, for manufacturing to do a B than
I
it
know,
is
but
to
the
do a
Bs are
C.
so sturdy.
Because it's very
because
easy
the licensing
for a
and
pick and place machine.
Yeah.
Also, pick and place machines like them.
Yep. It's just that they're a bit more bulky on the actual circuit. That's the only thing. They take up more. Not just
Micro
on.
Bs are a pain to actually fit in when you're trying to, if it's behind somewhere and you're trying to get it in. They're a pain.
They're an abomination.
You can get the L-shaped things though, Darren. Is that what you're talking about? How the cable sticks out?
No, just if you've got it on the desk something, you're trying to put it in without looking at it, to get it actually in the slot.
Oh,
is a
yeah,
bit of a
yeah.
pain.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But you can get these little L-shaped micro
Yeah, right angles.
on right angles, yeah. Or the wrong angle. There we go.
Yes, if you're left hand,
Yeah,
right
but
hand.
basically, you shouldn't be buying them because you shouldn't have micro. You shouldn't have micro BUS.
You know who sold that? That orange one is Novation.
Okay.
Novation one of the things I like about Novation is when they ship some gear, they do some sensible things, like especially with their launch controls and that sort of stuff. They usually have, right angled connectors and stuff on there because they know your gear is going to be pushed up against something.
Although it's annoying about the right angle because it is only one direction. Sometimes your gear you want to plug it to is over there, and now you have to kind of pull the cable around.
Yeah.
Because it's facing the wrong
opposite way.
Right.
Well, if it was USB-C, you wouldn't have that problem, would you?
No,
I was
but
surprised
this is
to
stuff
see
that was
that
made before that was common. So
the Launch Key 3 came with a Type B. So that was a bit of a surprise because I didn't have a USB Type B to what's the other one? USB-C.
Launch control came with a Type B. Launch pad, the first launch pad micro, the small one, came with a Types. Micro.
Micro, yeah.
Which came with that one.
I've still got my old Launch Key Mark 1 because that's on the micro somewhere.
Yeah. But
the micro Bs are pretty sturdy, though. I have.
It's pretty. I mean,
B on it.
It's
yeah.
Well,
sorry, mini
USB.
Mini USB was a good format. That's what I meant to say.
Mini. Mini, because mini is slightly yes.
It's a little in between the two.
All these sorts of things
you
can get from AliExpress. This is a micro to USB.
Yeah, socket.
So you can just use a standard USB, and that's L-shaped, and you can get different you can get right and left versions of it. So there's different things you can get to solve your problem. I also used to do the same thing when I had Volkers. I used to convert the Volkers.
Yeah.
With the L shape.
I have the snake thing for the Volcas. So one power supply can power like 6 of them.
Yeah.
Is that like the My Volts thing? Didn't
No,
My
it's just
Volts do
something
like that.
This thing on Etsy. Someone made it on Etsy. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
right.
just a multi-headed cable.
But it's the
Is
same
it
as those
daisy
guitar.
chain
If you go to a guitar shop, they have those daisy chains for the guitar
I
pedals.
can't find the little.
Yeah. I mean,
that.
when we used to sell Volcas, the Korg used to give us a load of that sort of stuff.
I have
To
I
wire
have
them
one
all
that's
up
12
into a
steps.
rack.
Actually, it's 12 plugs on it.
I have a micro one which is literally just all molded into the plug, and it's L shape, and it just goes micro to micro, so it goes L shape. And I've got one that goes right and one that goes left, and I use it all the time. It's can't find it offhand now, but they're really cheap. They're like $1, $2 off of AliExpress.
That's why I love Radio Shack. You could browse all that stuff, just like, oh, I need this, I need this, I need this, and just you're done.
Yeah, that's the one, Chris.
I used to like
that's
to go
exactly
through.
the one. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Handy as hell, aren't they? Very handy.
Yeah.
Well, it's so handy that I almost had to remember where I put it because it's being used all the time.
Yeah, mine. That's probably where mine is right now, being used. Trying to find it.
Problem.
Because I have a supplier who supplies me that stuff at trade if I ever need anything. But I have to put an order together for £100.
There it is.
Yeah.
So it's got the on the other side. Oops. So it's micro there.
Yeah.
And it's micro there. And that, I can't remember what I used that one for. It might have been the BeatStep Pro, actually. Yeah, it was the BeatStep Pro.
Yeah.
Because the BeatStep Pro has the micro there. One of these goes the wrong way around, I remember.
Yeah.
That's
Left hand and right hand version.
That's the one that goes. That one's the one that goes the wrong way around. I have to get the other one out because it covers up one.
Yeah,
of
that's
them.
why the cable has to go around. That's why I have to pull the cable.
It covers up. You want the one that goes that way. But then that means now, because that BeatStep Pro fits beautifully just here. It doesn't actually hang off the edge of my desk. It actually fits. If I use these little right connectors, the left connectors, in this case, it's a left connector. But yeah, that does the job.
Cool.
That's the wrong one though.
But isn't that going to block? That's going to block one of your ports, though. See that when a cable.
That's the
sticks
wrong
out?
one.
That one, because
that was the wrong one.
It's going the wrong way.
Right. Oh, sorry.
You get them in left hand and right hand.
Right.
But you've also got to use the little, because it's a BeatStep Pro. You've got to use that little split thing that Arturia give you.
The ground lift.
Yeah. It even doesn't do the right job anyway. But anyway, yeah, we won't go there.
It's a workaround.
Yes. Midnight for me. I'm going to probably hit the bed. Considering I did 9 hours work today and the show.
Yeah.
And sure, well done, Rance. Round of applause for you,
Yeah,
mate.
well
I mean,
done.
seriously. Obviously, you've had a week of it. Yeah.
8 days straight of 9-hour days working in front of public, which I'm really surprised I haven't caught anything like you did, Ian. But usually you find out within about 2 or 3 days if you've caught something anyway.
So it was Saturday, Sunday. So yeah, Wednesday when I started to feel a bit ropey.
Yeah.
With a sore throat and that, and like I say, I thought it was Kent's dogs, but it wasn't. You know, I just thought, like I say, I hope I didn't infect anybody else. But yeah, so in future, when I go to a show, I'm going to wear a mask. I've done that for quite a while, but I should wear a mask really.
I survived 2 weeks in Asia. No flu, no COVID, and no food poisoning. So.
Because COVID's back on the.
Have you not seen trucks driving down the streets spraying disinfectant everywhere in China?
Yeah.
I see that in San Francisco.
Okay.
But that's mostly because of the homeless problem, but that's another matter.
Like literally spraying disinfectant all over the roads and the footpaths and stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, next week we're going to do.
I was just going to say.
You go for it, Ian.
I've just seen this thing. There's a company I deal with called Electrovision. They do. Have you heard of Art Pro audio stuff? So they do, pro studio gear. They're selling off an XLR balanced patch bay, so it'll do 16 XLRs. Normally 481 quid plus VAT, 65 quid. It's a pity I don't need one.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we digress. But I don't need one.
I was just going to say, next week we're going to do a bit of Eurorack catch-up because we haven't actually shown a lot of Eurorack stuff, and there's been a lot of products that have kind of slipped through. And don't forget, there's going to be Chris's launch next week of his product as well.
Indeed.
So
I'm not going to see it, Chris. Damn.
It'll be worth staying around.
Yeah, you'll just see me on catch-up, Darren.
Catch up.
I'll forgive you.
Catch up, mate.
Yeah.
Wait, people are still developing new Eurorack? Is that a thing?
Chris is.
Actually, I saw some module today was being improved, and they said this has got the improvements in it that we didn't have a chance to do back in 2014. And I thought, oh yes, there's a bit of a longevity in this Eurorack thing after all.
Oh yeah, for sure.
People still care if you.
I have some modules that look homemade that were actually made by companies. It's just crazy.
All right. Well, on that note, I'm going to say
bombshell.
Bye-bye to everybody, and we'll see you next Saturday. Press record.
I won't be here. I won't be here.
Have a good gig.
Have a good gig. Week, so
enjoy, Darren.
Have a good park experience.
Indeed.
Yeah. Hope the weather's good for you, mate.
It's good. Yeah, so do we all. Otherwise, we're all coming out synths up.
Bye, everyone.
Sunny skies for you.
See you later. Bye, everybody.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.